These are the playoffs. Nothing comes close to this. A lifetime of memories or a lifetime of regrets. There is no in-between. Jack Taylor, Peterborough United. We're in Sheffield Wednesday's shadow in the regular season. But now that counts for nothing. Ward having a strike. It's a blockbuster. And from Mason Clark drives the ball in. It is a third. Kwame Poku. This is Clark Harris. Sheffield Wednesday have become Shattered Wednesday because Peterborough have a 4-goal advantage. Is there any way back now?
So can Sheffield Wednesday defy the odds and get themselves to the Sky Bet League One playoff final? Stranger things have happened, but their promotion hopes are hanging by a thread after that 4-0 hammering at the Western Homes Stadium. No side has ever overturned a first leg deficit greater than 2 goals in the playoffs, so the Owls will need to rewrite the record books if they are going to make it through to the final at Wembley. As for Peterborough, they gatecrashed the League One promotion race, sneaking into 6th place on the final day of the regular season. Now they have 1 foot in the final after that sensational performance last Friday night. Well, Wednesday finished 19 points ahead of Peterborough in the regular season, but now they need their greatest comeback in playoff history to keep their promotion dream alive. Kickoff here at Hillsborough is at 8 o'clock. Well, it's finally balanced not too far from here over in Barnsley. The Tykes have Bolton in town tomorrow night after a 1-1 draw in the first leg. The final from Wembley is live on Sky Sports on May the 29th. Well, it's a very warm welcome to Hillsborough, and to say that Sheffield Wednesday have a job on would be an understatement. My job's a little bit more straightforward because Clinton Morrison's here, as is Aaron McLean. Chaps, a pleasure to see you both. The sun is shining, all is well in the world if you're a Peterborough fan. They were pulsating in that first leg, Aaron, weren't they? Talk us through it.
Well, they were magnificent. You know, they executed the game plan perfectly. They had to ride the storm. You know, easily could have been a goal down, you know, within the first few minutes. But once that moment passed, they were excellent. And, you know, the goals were really well taken. I think you get a bit of luck. You know, Jack Taylor's strike here probably shouldn't go in, but that's the little bit of luck that you need. Joe Ward's strike, it takes a deflection. From where I was sitting, it looked like it just rocketed into the top corner, but you can see it takes a deflection and it ends up in the back of the net. But from that moment onwards, they took total control. This is a magnificent ball from Mason Clark. Poku, you know, from one side to the other, Poku far post. And then you just knew that Clark Harris was going to get himself on the score sheet. You know, he's been magnificent for Peterborough since he joined. And, you know, the joint Golden Boot winner had to put his name on the score sheet.
Certainly topped off a rout, you've got to say, from Peterborough's point of view. Now, Clinton, you're fondly remembered here, you're well liked. Do you give Sheffield Wednesday any chance at all?
Yeah, you have to give them a chance because the fans here, I played here and I know what the fans are like, but it's a uphill task. They have to score early. You have to score early. Can you get 2 goals before half-time? If you score in the first 15 minutes, this place will start rocking. And it's a young Peterborough team. Are they still going to play out from the back? They have to press high because, listen, I was really impressed with Peterborough in the first leg. I thought they were outstanding. The way they controlled the game, played out from the back, got key players on the ball. Sheffield Wednesday have to defend better than that as well, Pruss. They didn't defend nowhere near good enough and have to be ruthless. You have to take your chances on nights like this and you have to give the fans something to cheer about.
Okay, let's take a look at the 2 teams that have been picked for this semi-final second leg. For Wednesday, 2 changes to the team which started the first leg last Friday. Attack being the order of the day for the Owls. In come Lee Gregory and Reece James. Out go Aidan Flint and Will Vokes, both of whom are on the bench. Peterborough unchanged from the first leg and from the final day, so it's 3 games on the bounce. Darren Ferguson starts with this 11. Joe Ward and Harrison Burrows once again at fullback. It's 1 change on the bench. Nathan Thompson returns from injury and takes the place of Joel Randall. Let's get the thoughts now of the boss, Darren Ferguson, with David Craig.
Darren, it's only half-time in the tie, but you have an emphatic lead. Does the approach change in any way, shape or form this evening from what we saw the other night?
No, we want to come here and try and win the game. We don't want to come here and defend the whole match. It's not going to suit us. So we've got to be on the front foot. We want to try and get the first goal. as long as we do that in a disciplined manner, just like we did last week. But we know 2 games of football are very, they're not the same. This is a totally different atmosphere. But we've got to make sure we play as well as we did last week if we can.
Looking at your opponent's team sheet, they're going 3 up front, which is probably no surprise to you. What approach do you expect from them? A quick start?
Well, you would have thought so. They'll be on the front foot. They'll try and get the crowd up. But every playoff game, especially the second leg, is like that. The games start, they're very frantic. And I don't see tonight being any different. They played 3 up front against us last week. So, listen, we know what they're about. We've got to make sure we're composed. We play our own game if we can. That's the most important thing. And we've got to be ruthless when we get opportunities to score goals.
Just very finally, what will be the last words you'll send your players out with here tonight, Darren?
Just believe. Believe in each other like you did, like you have done the last 2 games. 2 massive games for us, one at Barnsley and obviously last week. Stick together, believe in each other, and make sure we play our game.
It's very focused, Darren Ferguson there, but the great thing is, sat here ready to take the game in as a neutral, is he wants to go and win the game. This could be a basketball match, Aaron, couldn't it, going backwards and forwards? Is that their approach, Peterborough? Simply win the second leg.
It is definitely win, but if you look at the record since Darren's come back, the 14 games that they've won, they've scored the first goal. The 6 games that they've lost, they've conceded the first goal. So there's no coincidence that if they score first, they tend to go on and win. So that's what Darren will be saying to him. He'll be saying, listen, the best way to quiet this crowd down is to go and get the first goal. Make it so that they have to then score 6 goals to beat you. And that is, if we think 4's tough, then 5 is almost impossible.
It seems to be one of those situations where the fans have to stick with Sheffield Wednesday, don't they, Clint? We saw angry scenes at the end, understandable angry scenes at the end of the Western Home Stadium. How important is it that Peterborough go up against that crowd and quiet them down?
Yeah, they have to. And that's why I said earlier, the way Peterborough keep the ball, you can frustrate the Sheffield Wednesday players and the fans. If you keep the ball like they did in that first leg, the fans will start getting disappointed and they'll be saying, go and press, and they're good enough to beat that press, Peterborough. As I said, the job Ferguson's done since he's gone in there has been fantastic. But you have to the Sheffield Wednesday have to go on the front foot. I've seen it many a times with Peterborough. They can keep the ball. First 15, 20 minutes, perhaps, is going to be the most important bit in this game this evening.
Fingers crossed they get back to the seats as they're all waving behind your head there, Clinton. We'll give them a little wave.
They do like me, everyone.
They're the important part of what goes on tonight at Hillsborough, of course. Wednesday, though, without win in their last 7 playoff games, they're going to need a miracle to turn around a 4-0 deficit from the first leg. Can they do it? We'll hear from Darren Moore next. Well, Sheffield Wednesday are 4-0 down from the first leg and they have a mountain to climb. But twice this season, they have won 5-0 at home against Forest Green in August and then again against Cambridge in January. So, can they do it for a 3rd time, the most important time? And if they do, it would make playoff history. 2 goals is the biggest first leg deficit ever overturned, and that has only ever happened 5 times. Northampton were the most recent side to do it. So a tough task ahead for Darren Moore. Let's get his pre-match thoughts now with David Craig.
It is a huge mountain that you have to climb, but they're there to be conquered. How do you go about reaching the summit?
Yeah, I think tonight is about, we've set a wonderful home record here over the course of the season. And I think first and foremost, it's planning and preparing to go out like we've always done to go and win the game. The fans tonight will be the 12th man because when this is in full voice, it's a special ground to play in front of, and that's what we want for the fans. But our mentality is to go and win the game. And we know what football can do at times, so let's have a look at the game tonight.
You mentioned that mentality. Gregory, Smith and Windass all start. Does that underline what you have to do as well?
Yeah, obviously we know what we've got to do here. I think it's clear for all in terms of what we've got to do here tonight. Now they've prepared really well over the last 3 days. So now it's about leaving it on the pitch. You've
created club history all season. Tonight, if you were to do this, you'd be creating EFL history. How big an opportunity do you have to do it with the players you have in that dressing room?
You've said it's an opportunity, and the opportunity's on us here tonight. And as I said, the boys are preparing in there. And like you said, these records and that are there to be broken, and there's an opportunity to do it tonight. And as I said, we've got a focused group of players in there that are wanting and willing. We just want the performance now.
The question of the mentality with Sheffield Wednesday, that's the finger being pointed at the Owls, Clinton. It looked like they were home and hosed and nailed on for an automatic spot. That's not the case. The 4-0 down going into the second leg. Is there a question mark about how they handle the pressure?
Well, yeah, they haven't handled it. When they lost that to Barnsley after being on a fantastic run, you thought they'd bounce back. They did bounce back slightly, but it's been disappointing. They have to show fight and desire. And I know that's an old cliche that a lot of people say, but that's what fans want to see. Run through brick walls and just show a bit of heart, show a bit of passion, try and win tonight, score the first goal and see this place roar. But yeah, when you put on that shirt, and we put on the Sheffield Wednesday shirt, it has to mean a lot for you to put on that shirt. And the first and foremost, give 100%. And probably a few of the fans questioned a few of the players the other day. They didn't show the heart and determination. I don't think so. I just thought Peterborough were outstanding. But once you cross that line, give 100%, and these fans will back you all the way.
Key part of that tonight could be Michael Smith leading the line, of course, for Sheffield Wednesday. A player that was part, obviously, of that first leg. Do they need more from him this evening, Clinton?
Yeah, they do. He scored over 20 goals this season. I think that's fantastic, 20 goals this season. Yeah, he scored a few pennies. He's a good target man. I thought Edwards dealt with him really well in that first leg. He had a golden opportunity where if he scores, I think it's a different game. He does ever so well. You can see him closing it down here, and you're thinking, go on then. Me and Az were talking. He took the shot too early. I think you can go another step and then you can disguise it. But listen, it's a good save from the goalkeeper. And I just think his overall game has to be better. Don't you think, Az? I think he's got to do better when it comes into it.
Yeah, he's just got to be tidier. Listen, in order for players to get up and support him, especially when you're under pressure, like Peterborough put you under, you have to look after the ball. You have to secure it so that the players can get in and around you. You'd have Gregory up there with him today. Windass will want to try and get involved.
Does it feel like all-out attack for you that Wednesday have gone for tonight?
Yeah, and I think that's what they have to do. I think they have to go, and the emphasis is on them to go and impose themselves on the game. You're at home in front of your fans. You've given a dismal performance, to be quite honest, in the first leg. So now go and make up for it. This is your opportunity, and if you don't, your season ends today. You don't want your season to end early in the way that it's potentially going to end.
Really is as simple as that, isn't it? It's a night for big players. Barry Bannon doing his part to get the Wednesday crowd up and roaring for this one. But I tell you what, Peterborough are making one hell of a noise as well. Only something superhuman will do for the home side. Wednesday have to defy playoff history to stand any chance of making the final. Peterborough, though, have shown how ruthless they can be. We'll soon see just how comfortable that 4-goal cushion is.
To all you supporters, thanks for coming out tonight. We really appreciate it. Stay behind us. If ever we needed you, it's tonight. Come on, let's go.
Just moments away from kick-off here at what looks like a packed-out Hillsborough, the second leg of this League One playoff semi-final. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Peterborough 4, currently on aggregate ahead of kick-off. Clinton Morrison, Aaron McLean alongside me for this one. I mean, Clinton, what on earth are Darren Moore's last words? keep the expletives out of this, but is it literally just go for it? Your season could end tonight, or we could get to Wembley. It's that finite, isn't it?
Yeah, and go and give something that these fans have been brilliant all season. Go and give them something to shout about. If you can come off that pitch and say you've given 100% and these that will clap you off the pitch, yeah, then go and do that. It's going to be difficult, but I said it, Brats. First 15-20 minutes is where this match will be decided. If Sheffield Wednesday can score, the game will open up then, and these fans will get behind them. They have to start well.
Well, that's the key thing, isn't it, Aaron? A fast start is needed from Sheffield Wednesday. They are fast starters. They've scored the most goals in the first 15 minutes of games in English football this season. Will Peterborough be very wary of that?
Of course they will. Listen, they know that they're coming into the Lions Den. They know that Sheffield Wednesday have to throw absolutely everything at it. But what they need to do is make sure that they remain composed, keep their composure throughout the game, especially that first 15 minutes. When on the turnover, can you punish? Can you get Poku? Can you get Mason Clark? And get them into dangerous positions. If you can, they know that at the top end of the pitch, they've got the firepower to hurt anyone.
It's dealing with emotions, it's dealing with the mentality of the situation, it's dealing with the trepidation of the crowd. Can Wednesday do it, Clinton?
Yeah, they've got experience, and that man in picture, Barry Bannon, we need to see him. They're too reliant on him, they always look to him, but big players turn up on big nights. He has to have a big game. If Sheffield Wednesday want to get back into the game, everything's relying on Barry Bannon and that front three.
It's not just football that's live for you here on Sky Sports this evening. Action for the second major of the year is over on Sky Sports Golf. Justin Thomas is the defending champion in action from the Oak Hill Country Club. That's on right now on Sky Sports Golf. Safe to say that will be slightly more sedate than what we're going to see right here in South Yorkshire. The atmosphere is building. Johnson Clark Harris is ready. Barry Bannon is ready. Our very own front two are ready as well. Here they are, Don Goodman, Gary Weaver.
Yes, thank you, David. Sheffield Wednesday's history makers will have to make history again. In over 3 decades of playoff football, no team has ever got out of the trouble that Sheffield Wednesday are in right now. Friday night was near 90 minutes of Peterborough perfection. 90 minutes which shook Sheffield Wednesday to its foundations. A season's work potentially destroyed in one night. This is a stadium which still believes. Peterborough United, though, have got their game face on. This isn't done yet, but only a Wednesday miracle will stop Peterborough's Wembley invasion in 11 days' time. A return to the Championship is on, unless history awaits us tonight. On to the teams of Michael Smith and Lee Gregory, and reunited in attack. Wednesday need goals, and they've got 30 between them. Behind the front two is Josh Windass, who struck 15 times this campaign. There are changes elsewhere. Reece James starts, we expect, in midfield, with Callum Patterson moving to wing-back and Liam Palmer shifting to centre-back. Will Vaughs and Aidan Flint drop to the Wednesday bench. Peterborough are unchanged from Friday night, despite Nathan Thompson's return to fitness. He's on the bench, with Joe Ward retaining his place at right back following his first leg performance. Jack Taylor's running power caused Wednesday big problems on Friday. Scouts are clamouring to watch him. Johnson Clark Harris goes hunting goal number 30 of his incredible season. So Michael Ehekwe starts on Wednesday tonight. Don, his day job is defending, but how much of a threat can he be at the other end?
Yeah, when you look at those numbers, remember he had a big chance from a corner early in the second half. He had a shot cleared off the line. He was winning an awful lot of the first contacts, and I do think that that is an area that Sheffield Wednesday can hurt Peterborough, the set pieces. And as for this fella, how impressive was he last week? And Peterborough, let's have it right, they could be a Sheffield Wednesday nightmare team, and that's because of the energy, and nobody has got more energy than this fella. Scored a goal, created a goal, he was all over the place.
Well, Darren Moore really gets into this with the fans, the Wednesday anthem. It's a lonely job management, but he says he does not feel alone when this is ringing out. And Wednesday tonight, they need a silver lining. There was a Darren Moore screen just before the teams came out here, and this crowd roared. They still believe.
Well, it's noticeable, just walking into the stadium, just how many of them think that they do believe in miracles, and that's what it's going to take. This crowd are up for it. Those players have to make sure it stays that way.
Well, the Sheffield Wednesday players were in the tunnel for a long time, waiting for Peterborough to make their way out of that tunnel where Darren Ferguson emerges from. Wednesday keen to get on with this. Darren Ferguson knows his players have to keep their focus, have to keep their shape tonight. Final words from Johnson Clark-Harris. Peterborough can see the Wembley arch rising up. Can they see the job through tonight? And a raucous Hillsborough. Hillsborough is singing. So that's the atmosphere that Peterborough are facing tonight, this young Peterborough team. Well, Peterborough hold all the cards. They hold the ticket to the League One playoff final in the palm of their hand. Wednesday are looking to try and snatch it away, and they'll be looking to make a bright, quick start here.
Yeah, I wrote in my notes on Friday night before the ball was kicked that I felt that Peterborough really needed to bring a lead here, but never in my wildest dreams could have I imagined it would have been a 4-goal lead.
Wednesday attacking the top end of Hillsborough in the first half here. Alan Patterson across on the launch pad to try and test Peterborough early on. The offer was forward, it's been dealt with by Kent. There's Patterson again. Peterborough once again have dealt with it, but another test on the way here. Heckway waiting. Away by Ward. Just Mason Clark looking to try and relieve the pressure, and the free kick awarded by David Webb will do just that.
Yeah, he's used his body very, very well there. And Mason Clark knows James is coming, plants his body between man and ball, just takes the sting out of it.
Darren Ferguson told his players the day after that 4-0 demolition of Wednesday, do not let complacency be our biggest opponents. There were no big celebrations, no big words, just focus on the second leg and try and get it done. And it's Poku who tried to get in behind there, but held by Dawson.
Well, the guys highlighted before, didn't they, just how many goals this Sheffield Wednesday team have managed to score in the opening 15 minutes of games. My word, what would they give to have one here tonight?
There's Burrows, who was excellent again in the first leg at Peterborough on Friday. He always does a superb job wherever he plays. Left back is not his natural position. So Wednesday like to be fast starters. They're looking to try and make a quick start here.
That's really interesting. Liam Palmer appears to have pushed in on Jack Taylor, almost very close to him, looking perhaps to do a little bit of a man-marking job on the Peterborough player who was very impressive in that first leg.
Yeah, we did wonder whether it would be Reece James or Liam Palmer who stepped into midfield from the shifts made by Darren Moore tonight. Patterson is at right wing-back, that is confirmed. Reece James part of the back three, the left side of the back three where he's played before. And Liam Palmer, who's no stranger to playing in midfield, has stepped in there. Forward by Burrows.
They were so calm and so composed, this young Peterborough team last Friday night, very impressed. They actually got caught in the early stages trying to play out from the back, but they carried on because that's what the manager wants from them. And they were brave and they reaped their rewards. They're going to have to be brave here tonight.
Goal kick is the decision. The ball boy very quick to hand the ball to Will Norris.
They've been told. Yeah, David Webb is already having a word with Will Norris. Literally, what are we, less than 5 minutes on the clock. Crowd rightly getting involved.
Paris in a battle with Ehekwe. Poku giving chase to this, but committing the foul. He scored the third goal, which really got Darren Moore raging the way it came about from a Wednesday point of view. It was wonderful from a Peterborough perspective.
There was a run in there as well, not really spotted, but Jack Taylor's run across Michael Ehekwe just took the Sheffield Wednesday defence away, and that left Poku at the far post, free as a bird.
Bannon. There's James. 4 in the box for Sheffield Wednesday. Barry Bannon for the first time delivery. Smith was in the battle, thought he was impeded. The referee having none of it. There's Mason Clark trying to drive Peterborough up the pitch. There's a handball in there by Liam Palmer.
Peterborough not happy, very deliberate, stopped the Peterborough attack. It's going away, but the referee is probably not going to let him get away with that. He's trying to get away with this. Palmer for that there, because to say Ollie Norburn would have been away. No choice for the officials.
It's a hostile Hillsborough right now. There are 2,000 Peterborough fans here in attendance tonight, away 2 are left. Burrows with the free kick. Away by James. It's Mason Clark. Rangers' first full season in senior football. Ephraim Mason Clark following his move from Barnet, from where Peterborough signed Ronnie Edwards and Jack Taylor too. Barnet have sell-ons on all 3 should they depart Peterborough in the years to come. There's Taylor again. Cipriano. That's Kent. This is Norris, quickly hunted down by Gregory. He's forced the error. Callum Patterson on the burst. Patterson miscued the cross.
Yeah, but listen, Darren Moore's down there, he's applauding, he's riling the fans. This is what they need, because that was real positive intent from Callum Patterson.
Once again, Peterborough threatening to play out from the back. Wednesday standing on their toes, so Will Norris goes long to Clark Harris. Callum Patterson. There's Smith bringing the ball under his spell. Now Barry Bannon. Johnson's on the outside. Johnson taken out just outside the box. Was he? No penalty. It was inside. It's a penalty for Sheffield Wednesday. And this may just be the start they dreamt about.
Well, the roof has just nearly come off Hillsborough. It's clumsy from Joe Ward. He goes to engage Marvin Johnson, and he stands his ground and he stops Marvin Johnson from advancing. He's not really protesting. He knows he's just committed the game's first error. Is it going to prove costly?
Well, the ball is thrown to Michael Smith, who has scored 7 out of 7 penalties this season. This is his most important yet. Scored a spot kick here against Derby in the final game of the regular season. It's Smith! That's the goal Sheffield Wednesday needed! That's the start. The blue side of this city demanded. Is it the first step on Wednesday's road to playoff recovery?
Well, They need 4 miracles. There is the first step. Calm and composed, because believe me, the pressure is on. He probably knows if he misses this penalty, the whole stadium turns and doesn't believe and stops believing, but he strokes it in. And listen to that. I said about engaging the fans, they are engaged.
The start that Peterborough United feared. Wednesday still have plenty to do, but they're off to a flyer here. As ambitious as Norris was spotted off his line, and Josh Windass fancied taking aim, but he knows that that was the last thing they needed.
I promise you they would have spoke about this scenario in the build-up to this game. Right, what happens if we concede an early goal? Don't panic, because this is not a game that they have to win. It's not even a game that they need to draw. They can afford to lose it, just not by too many.
Well, he knew the fans would whip up a storm here too, and that is exactly what has happened, because you did come here tonight wondering how the Wednesday fans would react. They were angry with what they saw at Peterborough on Friday night. There was talk of Wednesday fans who had bought tickets before the first leg who maybe wouldn't come here tonight. But this place is bouncing, it's crackling, and Peterborough need to try and deal with the storm.
There's an aggression about Sheffield Wednesday that I never really saw last Friday night.
Mason Clark, who was excellent on Friday night, but no way past Iorfa, but Peterborough will have a corner.
Well, this is part of their DNA. When you have a look at these numbers from last Friday night, you see the difference. Peterborough, they are full of ball carriers, and ball carriers can hurt teams. They hurt them last Friday night, and Darren Ferguson will be expecting them to try and hurt them again here.
Harrison Burrows having a look at this. He rolls it to Ward, who delivers a teasing cross. The flag has gone up though. Yes, we'll get to that.
Darren Ferguson would love just a little break, so he gets team to the side here. Just calm everything down.
That's Kent. There's Ollie Norburn, who can calm everything down. Now Mason Clark. The offer out to greet him. Mason Clark still managed to retain the ball. He dug his heels in there superbly.
There aren't many defenders in League One that Mason Clark will not be able to outrun, but Dominic Iorfa is one of those.
Burrows was going for the return there. He was blocked off by Patterson. The two tangled. Patterson has stayed down, and the referee was happy with what he saw.
Well, there's an assistant referee and there's a fourth official right there. You can see, well, there is a raised arm, but actually Callum Patterson doesn't help himself. He's the one trying to block the Peterborough player. Steps across his line. Well, huge moment. Has to keep his cool. My word, didn't he just? It's a brilliant penalty under the maximum amount of pressure.
There's Ward, who, as we know, can shoot from distance. Cipriano fired forward nicely. Taylor giving chase. On the recovery, once again staying within the vicinity of Jack Taylor.
Well, he's annoyed with himself, Jack Taylor. Feels if he gets a decent touch on this that he'll have a shooting chance.
He's had such a consistent season, Jack Taylor. 10 goals to his name. The Republic of Ireland senior management team are keeping a watch on him. He's done the job again. Here's Johnson. Smith is through the middle. Minding the shot. There's Edwards. Wednesday pick up the baton again. Gregory. Just behind Windass. Here is Taylor. That's international level. He's seen as more of a number 8, a box-to-box midfielder. We've seen him play deeper this season for Peterborough. But in the last few weeks, the return of Ollie Norburn, he has been pushed further forward to play just behind Johnson Clark-Harris.
To maximum effect as well. Incredible running power to go hand in hand with his ability. Talented young man.
The Hegway. Harris standing his ground against Iorfa. There's Harrison Burrows, one of those who's come through the academy at Peterborough. Yet another who's come through the academy at Peterborough.
Well, they're just calming it down here, Peterborough. And Ferguson is just a round of applause for his team, recognising what's needed here. Try and take the sting out of this really vocal home crowd.
There's Poku driving at Sheffield Wednesday. It's Taylor. Need a step away from Palmer. Backed up here by Ward, and Clark-Harris was waiting in the middle but couldn't get to it.
Yeah, Mason Clark is just a little bit on his heels. You've got to anticipate that ball is going to be fizzed across. Get yourself in at the back post.
Edwards. Burrows having to stretch, but he managed to smuggle it through to Taylor. And Norburn is challenged strongly by Smith. Again, they're playing out from the back from Peterborough. Ward has lost out to Windass. Cipriano hits him down, and that will be a yellow card.
No complaints. There is from Joe Ward. He thinks he was fouled there. Goes down way too easily. No foul. And that certainly is. Don't have any complaints about seeing a yellow card for that.
Well, they call him Hector the Protector, and Cipriano made sure he left his calling card there. He's yellow carded for his troubles.
Well, that would have been another conversation about keeping 11 men on the pitch here to do that. So he's going to have to tread very carefully now, Cipriano.
Whipped in by Barry Bannon. Smith gets to it, and it loops over the top of the Peterborough goal.
Yeah, they are going to win literally most of the aerial duels, but then it's about second balls. Can you knock that down into a dangerous area? This is Peterborough at their best here, isn't it? Poku with a dribble. Taylor picks the baton up, but this Mason Clark is just on his heels. He needs to be getting in there as he sees Joe Ward advancing there.
Mason Clark, big strength from him. Taylor, there's Poku again. It's Poku, and Dawson makes the save. Lovely move over Peterborough United. There come Wednesday again. This is Smith. This is playoff football at its best.
Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it? If you're a neutral. It's all on the line, isn't it? And you know what? Both sets of players are approaching it that way. It's brilliant.
Poku has made the run in behind James. Clark-Harris and Mason Clark are both in the middle. Cipriano. Palmer in the way. There's Cipriano again. And it's really impressed Darren Ferguson since the Peterborough boss returned to Peterborough. Ferguson and Posh, it just works.
Wow. They're going to be linked forever and a day, aren't they? Ferguson, Peterborough United. The worry for them, whether whether they get promoted or not. Let's keep it hold of him. He's done so well. I'm sure the other clubs out there will have taken note.
Yeah, his deal is up at the end of the season. He answered the SOS call back in January. Still lives in the area, wanted to help out. He's taken Peterborough to the playoffs.
Yeah, see, I can't have that. Well, it's not a foul, but this is certainly a very important save. Just brilliant skill. Poku there. Dawson does what he needs to. Really needs a clean sheet tonight.
Yeah, made that error for Jack Taylor's goal, the first goal on Friday. Pulled off an unbelievable save just seconds before Peterborough made it 4. Important challenge there from Mason Clark. Forward by Palmer. Over the head of Smith. Pulls a handball against Ward. It'll be a corner.
Awkward one once he lets it bounce. Strikers on, but it's been a tough 20 minutes, hasn't it? Joe Ward in a defensive perspective.
Yeah, he is more of a wing-back, is Joe Ward. Barry Bannon moves across to take this Wednesday corner. Gregory wearing the mask, waiting in the middle. As is Smith, whose head it goes over. It was Ronnie Edwards who blocked that one. Now what can Peterborough do on the counter-attack? They can be deadly on the counter-attack. It's Mason Clark. Poku's to his right, Norbound to his left, Mason Clark draws a save from Dawson. What routine work for the Wednesday keeper?
Yeah, it's not intelligent movement from Mason Clark's teammates, really. Two of them make the same run. Needed to give him different options. I'm not saying he would have passed, but it certainly would have made it a little bit easier. I think they've done well since the goal. Settled things down, took control of the ball, enjoyed a bit of possession. I asked Darren Ferguson about the improvement in the defensive record in the last few weeks, and he said, we've looked after the ball better. Simple as that.
The run down the channel and he's prevented the goal kick.
Well, every ounce of effort being very much appreciated here by the fans. Coaching staff.
Journey back north from Peterborough on Friday was a quiet one, as you'd expect. They all reflected on what had gone on. Well, Darren Moore felt it was important he got the players in as quickly as possible to go through it and get rid of it in terms of the first leg and what happened. Wednesday corner.
Corner is celebrated like a goal, isn't it?
Well, they've answered the call to arms tonight. Sent in by Barry Bannon. Moved on by Iorfa and then by Colwards, but no real trouble for Norris to keep out Gregory.
He's grateful that this goes straight at him because it's through a crowd. Plenty of time to see it and deal with it.
Peterborough are to see this through tonight. This is a real education for them. Young players playing in front of a hostile crowd like this with so much riding on it.
I don't think there are many clubs who have fans that at 4-0 down would be like this.
There's Patterson. Wednesday closing it again, and Windass was closing in, but fires over the top.
Well, comes at him an awkward height, but a fully fit, match sharp Josh Windass may have done better. He arrives perfectly on the scene, but you can see it just bounces up awkwardly after it takes a little deflection. Can't control it. Big chance.
Wednesday's results dipped in March. Josh Windass was missing with an ankle injury. Darren Moore felt that his absence and the absence of George Byers were absolutely key. Wednesday's drop-off in results. Norris flying through the crowd. It's dropped to Callum Patterson, who has a look, and it's taken goal, it's in! Lee Gregory! Is that part two of Mission Impossible? There's belief around this place. Now the nerves are kicking in for Peterborough.
Wow, this is remarkable. I'll tell you, Callum Patterson deserves real credit here. He's not even in the picture yet. Watch where he comes from. There he is. If he doesn't back the play up, this doesn't happen. Yes, it's a poor clearance from Will Norris. Really is poor from the goalkeeper. But Callum Patterson has sprinted 60 yards to get on the end of that. Fire it back in, and Lee Gregory picks himself up and gets a very vital touch. 25 minutes in, they're halfway there. This is remarkable.
Now look at that smile. 5 goals in 10 playoff games now for Lee Gregory. There's a stoppage in play because there is a flare on the pitch. But the Peterborough players are just getting themselves together, not by the dugout, not by the touchline, but together in the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, they've had their moments in this game. Stifle the crowd, and that would have been mission number 1. Penny for their thoughts, right here, right now.
Well, this noise is incredible.
If comebacks rely on passionate fans, they're going to do this. Peterborough thankful that it doesn't, but it certainly helps.
Well, no team has blown the position that Peterborough United were in at the start of the night before in the playoffs. Peterborough still haven't yet. But right now, Sheffield Wednesday are coming over the hill. Just need to try and spend some time with the ball here. Ward. Wednesday again, quick to snatch possession back. Johnson, who's come all the way across from one side to the other, right on the toes of the other wing back, Callum Patterson. His forwards. Smith is waiting at the near post, being watched by Cipriano. Taylor's in front of Smith too. Two for company. Trying to stop the ball coming his way from Patterson's long throw. It's dropped to James, who fired it through the crowd. Away by Taylor. A chance for Poku to run, but Palmer is defending.
Well, they still are going to carry that threat on the counter-attack, Peterborough United. They have to be careful, but this fella here, he's the reason they've just got. There he is, look at top of your picture there, sprinting forward. It started before he came into the picture, his sprint. He is the reason that Sheffield Wednesday scored that second. heels in here. Poku. There's Ward. Kent. Possession again. Callum Paterson the target here, and he gets to it. Palmer. There's Bannon. He was quickly hunted down by Poku. James. Johnson. Now Barry Bannon. Johnson again. He was back on defensive duty. They had a Ward, and James has tiptoed forward. Wilburn was tidying up for Posh. That's Taylor asking too much of Johnson Clark-Harris.
And they just need to find some composure here. Big style. Peterborough. Last 10 minutes. Raggedy.
It's bundled behind for another Sheffield Wednesday corner. This first half hour has been a whirlwind. Cipriano once again keeping an eye on Smith as Barry Bannon prepares to take this corner. Should be an in-swinger with his left boot from this side of the pitch. Ayolf has been spoken to by the referee. Drilled in by Barry Bannon. Will stay forward. James with the delivery that time, away by Clark-Harris. There's James again. Rising, it's dropped to Iorfa, real power. Morris drops down and pounces upon it.
He will take as long as he dare. He needs to.
They finished on 96 points and still didn't make promotion. That is history in itself in the top 4 divisions of English football. Not making the top 2 with 96 points. They finished 19 points ahead of Peterborough, but once the playoff started, that counted for nothing.
No, I don't think that will ever happen again. This is the first time. Honestly, I really don't think it will ever happen again. That's why you have to feel a little bit of sympathy for them. But tonight, they're not feeling sorry for themselves, are they? Credit to them.
Lovely work. Initially there by Cipriano. Now the break could be on for Peterborough. Taylor driving forward. There's Ephraim Mason-Clark. Mason-Clark. Oh, it's Iorfa. Another important save from Dawson. He's making up for that error at Peterborough on Friday.
Yeah, this is why you really shouldn't panic if you're Peterborough, because you are going to have chances on the counter. You simply must when you've got this kind of a player in your ranks. Again, lovely skill. Great alertness by Cameron Dawson.
He's 23 years of age as Ephraim Mason-Clark. Mentioned before that this is his first full season in senior football after the move from Barnet. He's also played for the Met Police. Just so you know, Don.
Thanks for that, Gary.
Ward with the corner.
They just need to spend a little bit of time at that end of the pitch, don't they? It's been a whirlwind from the home team.
Well, he always likes to try and remain calm with his players. Exude calmness to show that he trusts his players, Darren Ferguson, particularly when they're going for promotion. He has been down that road so many times before. be difficult to stay calm in this kind of situation right now. Oh, trust me, he will. These players need him to as well. Vincent Clark again is the option. He's used his body really well there against Iorfa, and he's won the free kick. As I said, I just think him, Poku, Taylor have that ability, don't they, to turn defence into attack very, very quickly. They're going to come here, yes, looking to win the game. One of the other objectives would be to score a goal. Well, that's why Sheffield Wednesday are living on the edge in this second leg, because this Peterborough team has the ability to score a goal, and Ward has stepped forward here. It's Ward, another really big block. It was Palmer who got to that. Johnson have followed him in too. Poku, and Wednesday are standing their ground, but a good spell for Peterborough. Making themselves heard inside Hillsborough. This is Cipriano to Ward. Ehekwe. Patterson. That's Norburn. There's Poku. Poku again. Looking for Mason Clark. That was the intention, there's too much on it.
Yeah, hand of apology, because Harrison Burrows had made a good offer on this left-hand side. Understand him attempting the pass. He wants to hurt the opponent.
Well, at one stage during the first leg last week, Darren McAntony, the co-owner of Peterborough, went for a walk, left the stadium because he was so nervous at what was happening.
I dread to think what he's going to be doing now then.
Such an open co-owner is Darren McAntony. He answers fans' questions. Sometimes I don't like the answers, but he does answer honestly. And he is a man who is hoping to put the pieces in place to take Peterborough back to the Championship. There's James. Now Johnson. This is Ward. Once again a reminder that Peterborough have basically got two attackers in the full-back positions tonight in Joe Ward and Harrison Burrows. Their first choice full-backs have been out injured, albeit Nathan Thompson is back on the bench tonight.
Peterborough fans, you might just have felt a little more easy the last 5 minutes, and that's the reason why they've kept the ball away from their defensive third.
There's Kent. Ehekwe. Now Bannon. This is James. Patterson will pick up the baton here. Smith and Gregory are lurking in the middle. It's blocked by Burrows. Another Sheffield Wednesday corner.
The remit was to get an early goal, wasn't it? And then the next one was, can you get two in the first half? Good grief, they'd be in dreamland if they could get a third.
Bannon rolls it short that time to Windass. It comes to nothing for Wednesday, away by Mason Clark. Smith will try and get the better of Burrows, but he won the duel. However, it's dropped to Barry Bannon. There's Johnson. Johnson's cross is diverted behind as the Wednesday pressure builds again.
So far from the corners, found it difficult, but they've hung in. Peterborough United.
Cipriano once again trying to keep a close watch of Smith. Smith tried to wriggle away and got his head on it. Smashed away at the back by Edwards. I think it was Burrows who got to it for Peterborough. He's under pressure again there, Burrows. This is Dominic Iorfa. Well, Michael Duff and Ian Ebbets are separated by a few seats, but their teams on the pitch aren't separated at all. Barnsley against Bolton for the right to face one of these two tomorrow, 7:30, Sky Sports Football in the League One playoff semi-final, second leg.
And Ferguson will just want his team to get in at half-time. Just two behind here. Take that now if you offered it to him.
James. This with the ball in. Patterson somehow kept it alive, but he's presented it here to Mason Clark. Poku gives chase.
One for him to have to make, just back from injury.
He's still looking calm, the Peterborough boss, who wants to remain in management next season. We'll have to see whether it will be at Peterborough, but he's had his break away from the game. He wants to stay as a manager next season. We want to see where that will be. Croatians on his CV. He's developed countless players at Peterborough. It's a pretty strong CV.
Oh, absolutely. What's happened since he came through the door? It must have whet his appetite. I know it's stressful at times. It's been a roaring success just for them to even get into the playoffs, let alone find themselves in this position, which, despite the fierce onslaught, is still a very strong position.
Burrows with the cross. Goal kick and nothing more despite the protest from Taylor. Smith. Burrows. That's Palmer. Palmer again with a telling touch. Moved on by Gregory. He's gone down, holding his face, Lee Gregory. He's wearing that face mask after a training ground collision before the final regular game of the season against Derby. I think he ran into Aidan Flint, which really want to do.
Would do you some damage. Look, everybody here, Sheffield Wednesday, the fans, the manager, the coaching staff, they've got to be thrilled with that. And it's not just the fact they find themselves 2 goals up, the touches in the opposition box, they've really tested that Peterborough United back line. And they've given themselves a platform on which they can build here. It would have been quite easy for Peterborough to have been blown away here after the start the Wednesday made and the noise inside the stadium. But Peterborough have steadied their feet. Yeah, honestly, I can't praise these supporters enough. They have been absolutely magnificent. It would have been very easy for them not to be, wouldn't it really? But they knew players needed them. They've responded, played their part. What has been a pulsating first half. They've been through some tough times of those Wednesday fans. Relegation from the Championship, they're trapped in League One right now. Look across the city to see how difficult this league can be to get out of. We'll have 4 additional minutes. Here's Mason Clark. Patterson. He's just been caught there, Frankie Kent. Gregory complaining. The referee is not going to accept that. He does kick him. Frankie Kent was a favourite of Darren Ferguson during his previous spell as Peterborough boss. He was at Arsenal until he moved to Colchester, a ball-playing centre-back, as is centre-back partner Ronnie Edwards. Heckway in command above Johnson, Clark, Harris. There's Ward stepping forward, setting his sights again, but no big deflection that time. You can forgive him, can't you? Just to inject a bit of tempo. Doesn't get the strike right. Patterson, Smith, Windass. It's Norberg for company, and Wednesday will have another set piece. Certainly getting plenty of opportunities, aren't they, from these corners? The corners are mounting up as Barry Bannon prepares to take this one. Flipped in towards that near post, and it was dealt with by Edwards. Gives Barry Bannon a chance to reload. In by Barry Bannon, and the header was straight at Norris in the end from Smith, who got free. Sometimes all you can do as a defender is just compete and not give a free header and make it hard, and that's exactly what Cipriano did. Clark Harris. Mason Clark making life awkward for James and committing the foul. I can understand his frustration. I mean, to me, he has every right. Wins the ball. Yes, these are coming together, but is it a foul? Not in my book. We'll read your book one day. Yeah, I wouldn't if I were you. Well, he has got a lot of what he wanted from this first 45 minutes, Darren Moore. Is he wanting more? That's Clark Harris. Nudged away from him by Palmer. Edwards.
Ciprianu. This is Taylor. Palmer clatters into him. Just nice to watch his step. Liam Palmer is on a yellow card, an early yellow card he picked up in this game. Of pulsating playoff football. Peterborough United still hold the cards, but Sheffield Wednesday are closing in. A Michael Smith penalty and a goal from Lee Gregory. Peterborough still have a 2-goal advantage. They've steadied their feet, but at the break, it's Sheffield Wednesday 2, Peterborough United 0.
Welcome back. All I can say is wow from what we've seen in the first half. Wednesday needed 4 goals at the start of this game. They've got 2. First one from the penalty spot. Clinton Morrison first. Was it a penalty?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. It's definitely a penalty because you can see here Smith does well. He holds the ball up well, plays it to Barry Bannon. He entices Ward this Bannon because it's not the best pass. Johnson makes it into a good one. You know why the referee gives it as well, Pratt? You made a very good point. It's because Johnson can get on the end of it. Because Ward should slow himself down. As soon as he thinks, hey, he's going to go and get it, Johnson does ever so well. And he's running at too much speed. And that's why. I know Az is shaking his head with his Peterborough hat on, but it's a penalty for me.
No, do you know what? The more I see it, I agree. I agree it is. But it's just silly. It's silly. But he takes the penalty really well. You know, in a real pressure situation. He missed the chance in the first leg. Makes no mistake there. You know, that's a confident striker's penalty and gets the ball rolling.
Well, it's 8 penalties out of 8 this season for Michael Smith. Lee Gregory was the second Wednesday player on the score sheet. Slight suggestion possibly a foul in the build-up. Aaron, for you, no?
I don't think so. No, I think he's just strong. You know, there's no foul there. There's crossfield passes a shank from Patterson. You know, he doesn't mean to play that, but it gets there. And then when this comes in, Patterson has bust the gut to get there. Again, he's shooting here. He's shooting for the far post, a miss-hit shot, and then Gregory's there to tap it home. It's a really sloppy goal to concede, you know, from a Peterborough perspective. They've got all their men back, and really they just need to defend it better. The shot isn't a great shot, but you have to react better than that, and you've given them a leg up there.
It's Lee Gregory finding himself in the right place at the right time, as did the rest of the Wednesday players on the back of this. There was a real sense, there was a swelling, wasn't there, of the belief among the starting 11 and the substitutes and the whole Wednesday bench feeling that something special may happen. But every single player's got to do the job. Cameron Dawson, much maligned in the first leg, has made up for it so far in the second leg with 2 very, very clear saves.
Oh, he's been outstanding, to be fair. Forget about that mistake. He's made up for it in bundles. Poku, outstanding. He sends James out of the stadium. Brilliant bit of trickery. Great save from Dawson. And Mason Clark, for me, has been their best player. I like him. He can go higher, props, without a shadow of doubt. He's got so much ability. He's up against Iofa, who's a good defender here. I think the runs don't help him. I think Poku runs into his space. This one is fantastic skill because it's been a good battle with him and Iofa. He squares Iofa up, sends him one way. Another good save from Dawson. He just couldn't, get that out of his feet to have the shot.
Yeah, it's just not out of his feet enough for him to get a decent strike. I think if he drags it and it's in front of him, then he's able to change the direction and maybe go across Dawson. But magnificent saves from Dawson, and he's definitely, you know, kept Peterborough at bay.
Well, the analogy was there was a mountain to climb for Sheffield Wednesday. Safe to say they've blasted past base camp. They've got 2 goals back here tonight. The same again in the second half. We'll take this to extra time. That comes next. The chat's been all Wednesday, but my word, Peterborough are dangerous on the break. They made a couple of changes as well. With news of that, back to Gary Weaver, Don Goodman.
Yeah, thank you, David. Darren Ferguson has changed his fullbacks. We mentioned that both were more attacking players in Joe Ward and Harrison Burrows. They've been withdrawn. Nathan Thompson, the first choice right back, who's just back to fitness, he is on, and Dan Butler is on too. Sheffield Wednesday with this 2-goal lead on the night, but Peterborough still have a 2-goal advantage on aggregate. Where are we heading next in this dramatic open
playoff contest. There's Windass. Comfortable take in the end. It was Gregory who tried to pick out Windass as Norris holds on. Wednesday attacking the end, where in the top tier there are Peterborough fans, in the bottom tier there are Wednesday fans.
Well, there'd love to have been a fly on the wall of both of those dressing rooms. Emotions massively high. Ferguson clearly trying to instill the belief that this young Peterborough team can see the job through. They are still in pole position.
And that, you'd imagine, would be the message that was reinforced by Darren Ferguson and his coaching staff at the break in the dressing rooms here. Smith with eyes on that, he gets his head on it, and Thompson had to take evasive action.
I think he got lucky, you know. I think he tried to add a swing and a miss, tried to clear the ball and missed it. Luckily for him, no Sheffield Wednesday player in the vicinity.
Barry Bannon. Involved again, but commits the foul that time. And a yellow card for Barry Bannon.
He clearly feels that's harsh. I mean, it's a little bit harsh. Referee, he got the best view in the house. Yes, it's a foul, but it doesn't need to be a yellow card.
Pumped away by Patterson. It's Cipriano. Ronnie Edwards, a player for whom Peterborough turned down an £8 million bid last summer. The clubs are circling. He was supposed to be at the Under-20 World Cup with the England squad, but Peterborough managed to pull him out for this. He will remain at Peterborough until the playoffs are over.
Well, he could be key, you know, to Peterborough United in the second half. Mason Clark and Poku. If you're Peterborough, you've got to try and isolate them, give them those opportunities to run 1v1.
Butler beaten in the air. Smith in the middle, away by Kent. Bannon rising. There's Palmer. Referee has played the advantage. This is James. Now Marvin Johnson. Sheffield Wednesday have yet another corner.
I do feel if the volume of corners keeps coming that they will score from one of them, or at least have a really presentable chance.
Who had those opportunities in the first leg, he is amongst those waiting to pounce. Delivered by Barry Bannon, and there was a free header in there. It's Michael Smith who holds his head.
Well, Cipriano is complaining to the referee. The delivery is right on the money. Just too big, too strong, too powerful. Oh, that is close. It's a good effort.
Well, Victor Cipriano has tried to keep a watch on Michael Smith from those kind of situations. Smith escaped his clutches there. No harm done though for Peterborough. Mark Harris hits the deck. There's Johnson. Gregory trying to make the run in behind. So Gregory looking to try and read the back pass, but Norris was on his toes.
This really feels like that Luton against Sunderland game the other night, doesn't it? Really, one team far physically superior every time the ball goes in that Peterborough United penalty area, you do have your heart in the mouth if you're a Peterborough United fan.
Patterson, Palmer, Smith giving chase. Edwards is looking to stand his ground. A really good night against Smith did Ronnie Edwards in the first leg. He's won that particular duel, although Wednesday have it back. Patterson's cross. Gregory was lurking! Fabulous save from Norris.
Well, huge save from Will Norris.
It was a fabulous effort too. Bannon sliding in, needs to be careful. Bannon again, steals the ball back for Wednesday. The Wednesday storm is overhead again. There's Windass, now Johnson, Smith in the middle, and that deflects to Norris.
Well, how about this from Lee Gregory? This is stunning, and it's equalled by Will Norris. Goalkeeper can't have any idea this is coming. Quick as a flash, springs to his right. That is outstanding. I just wonder whether that is the moment for Peterborough United.
Well, he's watching it on the big screen there, Lee Gregory. As did the Peterborough keeper. Just another day at the office.
You know what? When you go into a second leg of a playoff tie and a team is so far ahead, it can be an anticlimax. This has been anything but brilliant effort, commitment. There's no little quality, but that's where he hurts himself there. Barry Bannon winning the ball back. They'll patch him up.
Well, he's being serenaded by the Wednesday fans.
Well, look at this, because this is just top draw striking, top draw goalkeeping. Outstanding.
Barry Bannon's back on his feet and ready to return to the action.
I wonder what the XG on that chance was, Gary.
Go on.
Very low.
Goodman did go to XG HQ a few weeks ago. Really nice feature on how they go about deciding the percentages of each chance. Wednesday again, it's Windass, Smith gives chase, Norris will pick up. He's been such an important signing, Will Norris, since he made the move to Peterborough in January on loan from Burnley.
He's been excellent, hasn't he? He knew he was going to come under pressure tonight. Come up with a massive moment a few minutes ago.
Loose from Taylor.
Just not as tidy in possession as Darren Ferguson would want them to be.
And that challenge from Smith increases the volume even more.
I reckon they would have laid down blocks of 15 minutes at half-time. Can we get through the first 15 minutes? And they'll have to get through the next one and then get through the final one intact. They're on their way to Wembley, but it's a long way to go.
Peterborough looking for an instant return to the Championship. They're always up against it when they're in the Championship because of the small budget in that league. That's why it's been a challenge for Darren Ferguson. He abdicated his throne, didn't he, last season in the Championship because he just felt a new voice, a new manager could help Peterborough survive in the second tier. Didn't happen in the end. He had his break, and then came the return.
Late at the starting 11, suffering the pain of relegation in the Championship. Young team, they will be desperate to get back there.
experienced Nathan Thompson, who is leaving Peterborough before Darren Ferguson returned. Frankie Kent. By control that from the Peterborough boss. Former teammate of yours, Dom.
Yes, indeed. Talented footballer.
Sure you controlled a few of your miss-hits. There's Johnson. Bannon.
They've got to do something to arrest the slide here because they are being pushed back. Peterborough need to spend a little bit more time away from their own goal.
Johnson looking to make room for the cross, it diverts behind. We saw Michael Smith get free from a previous corner. Cipriano looking to keep a watch on him again. And he's saying to the referee, watch him. Bannon with the corner, over the head of Smith that time. There's Mason Clark.
There's a little bit panic stations, isn't it? And I can understand why. They have been under relentless pressure. There really is no let-up at the moment.
It's the smallest towel I've ever seen. Callum Patterson preparing this throw. Bumped away by Clark Harris. James knew that Poku would be closing in. There's Thompson. James is there again.
Well, maybe that's what they need to do for the next 5 minutes or so. Just hit the channels, turn Sheffield Wednesday, push them back. I know they want to weave beautiful patterns, but every now and again you have to maybe sacrifice those principles, even if it's just for 5 minutes to get you up the pitch.
He's been so relentless at the top end of League One this season, with Plymouth and Ipswich setting the pace. Plymouth eventually going up as champions. Sheffield Wednesday led the league. They were leading the league in March. New quality at the top end of the division. It's Mason Clark. We've seen plenty of quality from him. He's managed to chip that goalwards, cross in the end, but goes behind.
I think it's Gregory. Doesn't know whether or not this is going to nestle in the corner. Not what Mason Clark is trying to do, but look at the panic almost at the far post. Fear that it's just going to nestle. It's not that far away.
Here is a Heckway. Now James. This is Johnson. James again. Moved on by Windass. Johnson's ball in. It was Edwards who had to stand his ground, held up by Butler as Patterson was closing it.
Yeah, really clever play. Windass takes up an intelligent position, but watch the way Patterson just hangs out at the back post, doesn't go in there. Half chance, needed blocking.
Versatile players, Callum Patterson. Plenty of lift on that corner. Thompson with the clearance. Peterborough can be deadly on the counter-attack, but no chance to attack that side. The Heckway's forward here and gets his head on it. Iorfa. Oh, miscue from James. Liam Palmer will help him out and bail him out. A foul by Barry Bannon. Iorfa.
done by Edwards. There's Kent. Moore catching the ball, sprinting out of his technical area. Use the term sprinting loosely. I'll let you tell him. We are miles away from him here. Iorfa. Sheffield Wednesday started the night needing 4 goals to turn this around, to hunt down Peterborough. They need 2 more. Peterborough are looking to hold on. They are holding on, but they are doing it perhaps as easily as they could if they just got the ball up the pitch. To just arrest this flow towards their goal. Poku is after Iorfa. Now he's after Dawson. Gregory. Johnson. James is on the outside. Johnson's cross went beyond Smith, fired forwards. Windass with the effort, repelled by Norris. Here come Wednesday again. James involved. Thompson gets there. James again. Bounces away from Palmer. Peterborough trying to drive themselves up the pitch. They're turning down every chance to counter, though. Get the ball forward earlier, quicker. Just labouring a little bit here. I just wonder whether there's a lack of energy about them. It's been a gruelling timetable, quick turnaround. That was the difference last Friday night. You felt that they were more energetic than Sheffield Wednesday. The reverse, definitely true here tonight. Peterborough secured their top 6 place just up the road from here at Barnsley on the final day of the season, helped out by Sheffield Wednesday beating Derby here. It's James, and Dawson will get to it. Let's get the ball in front. Excellent. The goalkeeper. Forward by Johnson. Patterson. Gregory's in the middle. Gregory was lurking. And the door slammed shut by Edwards. This is some contest. Well, they're on the ropes, aren't they? That's for sure. Boxing terminology. And he's done away with the tea towel for now. Launched in by Patterson. Comes up at Peterborough head for a Wednesday corner. Frankie Kent setting it behind. Sent in by Barry Bannon. Bodies were tumbling. Iorfa tries to get a touch on it. Callum Patterson. Acrobatic effort, but the Heckway couldn't produce what he wanted to produce. There's Barry Bannon, faced by Cipriani. Cipriani gets a touch on it, and now the break could be over Peterborough. Kwame Poku. Mason Clark is up there with him. He's given it away, straight to James. They haven't done it well, have they? Actual quality. Decision-making, accuracy of passing, it's really letting them down here. It's coming back at Peterborough. This is Taylor, he turns into Barry Bannon. Gregory stands his ground and accepts the throw. Just can't get out. Peterborough, credit to Sheffield Wednesday. Look, there's no frills or spills about what they're doing here. The home team asking questions. They're getting the ball in the box at every available opportunity.
Here it goes again from Bannon. Smith was waiting. A foul committed by Agolfa, and that will do to relieve a little bit of the pressure for Posh. 3 times, says Mason Clark.
Well, he's just getting busier and busier. Will Norris, he's very grateful that this shot by Windass goes straight at him. You would expect him to save it. He has to push it away from goal, and does that.
His players to take cover after Friday night, not talk publicly, not listen to the outside noise after Friday. Just wanted them to keep focused on the football, keep a low profile and concentrate on the build-up to this. Told he has to win promotion with Sheffield Wednesday this season by owner Dapon Chansiri, but the pressure is on. Wednesday's campaign is over. We will have a meeting with the Wednesday owner. But right now it's about what's happening on the pitch, and this is Barry Bannon. Bannon's ball in, Norris was stretching, it's dropped to Patterson. It's a fantastic block.
It's Dan Butler.
It was.
Standing.
Here he is again. Butler once more. Lost the League 2 playoffs during his time with Newport.
Goalkeeper carries it into a dangerous area. Look how quickly Butler is out to Patterson. Excellent defending. Peterborough fans, if you thought it was bad before, just look at that. It's getting worse. Sheffield Wednesday knocking on the door is creaking, and I don't think Peterborough are helping themselves here.
Well, the fans are making the noise now inside Hillsborough. There's Thompson.
Just things like that. Turning back to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper's playing a ball forward that really Frankie Kent could have done, giving it back to Sheffield Wednesday.
Callum Patterson. Smith giving chase to it. And marshalled again by Edwards. Shot by he. It's so coveted right now, Ronnie Edwards.
Well, the pair of them, him, Frankie Kent, really are trying to stand up to the physical bombardment that's coming their way.
It's the way Peterborough run the club, the scouting system they have, the academy system they have, bringing players through, developing them, and then selling them when the time is right and when the price is right. We've seen it time after time. It's Peterborough win a free kick.
Once again, excellent from Edwards.
Dapon Chansiri, the Wednesday owner, in town, as I mentioned earlier. We'll head for talks with Darren Moore when Wednesday's playoff campaign is over. Darren Moore has embraced the pressure of leading this football club. He moved to the area because he wanted to feel the heartbeat of the city. Loves to speak to the Wednesdayites and the Unitedites that he meets in the streets. There's James. Wednesday have 20 minutes to find 2 goals. Peterborough have 20 minutes to hold on here and book their place in the League One playoff final. that they are being heard here. They're getting closer and closer. But this is Palmer. Gregory. James could be in here. It's another one! This could be happening! No one gave Sheffield Wednesday a hope. They didn't stand a chance. But look at them now.
Well, I said, his team, they are making this more difficult than it should be for themselves. Like I said, credit Sheffield Wednesday, it's relentless. The energy in here, gone through the roof, but a little simple dummy like that from Lee Gregory, it should not result in Reece James being in on goal. It's simple as you like. And he prods it through the legs of Will Norris. I'm sure this is deliberate from Reece James. It's brilliant. But Peterborough have probably got the longest 20-25 minutes of their lives coming right up.
Well, he's only here temporarily, is Reece James. He's on loan for Blackpool. He has just struck a giant goal for Sheffield Wednesday. We saw him on his launches, Darren Moore, in the first leg, but that was for a different reason.
Yeah. I just think sometimes in life you have to compromise your principles because they're playing themselves into all kinds of trouble here. They need to turn Sheffield Wednesday, get the ball in the channel. There you go. Now if Johnson Clark-Harris knows that's coming, at least he needs to be on his bike and he needs to be looking.
Dan Butler yellow carded. He had too much to say to the referee following the third goal. Now this is a test of this Peterborough United team.
Again, they get a free kick here, but for me, they're asking for trouble. They're asking for trouble, and my word, Sheffield Wednesday are giving them trouble. And those little short passes, it's tight, surrounded. It's also giving our own fans a lift.
This place is singing. This place is believing. Wednesday need one more goal to complete this turnaround. Peterborough have 17 minutes plus additional time to see it through.
Well, like I said, Reece James, what's he doing there? Great little over. Frankie Kent gets flummoxed by it. Reece James stays calm.
Well, tomorrow, just up the road from here, the other League One playoff semi-final second leg. Barnsley against Bolton, poised at 1 each. 7:30, Sky Sports Football. Well, this is the noise of a Premier League ground.
Yeah, they have been incredible, even before kickoff. Incredible.
Let's not forget the noise that the Peterborough fans made last week at the Western Home Stadium. It was a privilege to be there. That was Peterborough's night. But look at them now, not sitting comfortably. But the ticket is still in the palm of their hand.
You have to look at the positives, right? If anybody would have said you will be a goal up with 15 minutes to play, I think if you're Peterborough United, you take that all day long. But it's just the manner of it. That's the question for their mentality, for their mental strength, their resilience.
The Heckway. James. You just felt what happened on Friday night. Put the fright
blinders on the other teams competing in the playoffs because of what happened to Sheffield Wednesday when it looked like a season's work was gone in 90 minutes. The other ties have been cagey. This one has been so open. Forward by Kent.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Obviously, look at that. Alleviates a bit of pressure. Nothing wrong with that. It's a little bit old school. Just sometimes it's what's needed.
Old school is never a bad school.
No, I don't think so. Comes in handy occasionally.
Says the old schoolers.
Exactly.
We're about to get the free kick, but the advantage has been played. It's Iorfa. Patterson. Smith in the middle. Sent away by Edwards. Well, this is the playoffs. It makes magic happen. Peterborough won't be feeling that way right now. The sheer drama of these two legs. It's incredible. And it's not done yet. And Peterborough will settle for that goal kick.
Well, it's just been riveting, it's been pulsating, it's been stressful, it's been magical, it's been all of those things. But Sheffield Wednesday have been dominant. Forget possession, that's between Peterborough's defenders and holding midfielders. Look at the touches in the opposition box. 4 times as many. It's the story of the game.
Forward by Patterson as again they look to turn the Peterborough back line. Kent in command. Still another 15 minutes of this at least. Butler. Hasn't had too much joy in the second half as of yet.
Not at all.
None of them have. We're getting plenty of joy there. Through nicely to Windass. Johnson was arriving.
They're playing like a team. We've got 96 points, aren't they now? I saw it on Friday night. Certainly seen it tonight.
Referee needs to tie his lace. We're in the middle of a drama here. In by Barry Bannon. Smith again makes contact on the header from Iorfa was straight at Norris.
Just listen, every set piece, every corner, every time the ball goes in that penalty area of Peterborough, your heart is in your mouth. Sheffield Wednesday, they're literally winning every aerial duel.
For Peterborough, Josh Knight, a centre-back, is about to come on. Kwame Poku will be withdrawn, and the intention from Darren Ferguson is clear. A defender for an attacker. So Knight is on. Looks like will be a back three now for Peterborough. No strangers to playing that system.
Mason Clark will go up alongside Mason Clark Harris now.
Minutes to play. There's Thompson. Knight. 4-goal deficit before in the second leg of the playoff semi-final. That was the task facing Sheffield Wednesday tonight. There's Palmer. Smith stands his ground. Windass pushes Iorfa forward. There's Patterson. Windass again. Smith trying to get free in the middle. Now it's Johnson. James with the attempted cross. And how does the referee see that? No penalty, he says. His arms around, but not for long. Certainly, referee doesn't think there's enough contact to the penalty. Norris is coming for this, and Norris has lost it. And the referee was happy with what he saw in terms of the challenge made. Another nervy moment at the back for Peterborough. There's Barry Bannon. Wednesday have to go for it now. James commits the foul.
Wednesday had to go for it from the off, and they have done. Yeah, he's just got his arms around there, but not enough for a penalty to be given. It's contact, it's physical. Shouldn't be sending a player over.
Every time there's a chance to get forward, Dominic Iorfa is moving forward from centre-back. Darren Moore did say if they approach the final 10-15 minutes, needing a goal or two, they would go for it. The Hegway. Mason Clark, now Thompson, loose from him, but Gregory couldn't do too much with it.
Just don't understand why Nathan Thompson is trying to pass that ball 40 yards backwards.
Peterborough tiptoed into the playoffs on the final day. They had spent a hefty chunk of the season in the top 6-2. To rely on that last day winner Barnsley, and Wednesday doing them a favour here against Derby. And Peterborough 7 minutes plus additional time from booking a place at Wembley. Just under 32,000 inside Hillsborough. And they have been a credit to their football club tonight.
Absolutely.
As have the Peterborough fans who travelled up today, as did the team.
Well, they would have expected to have it tough tonight, Peterborough. The fans, maybe not quite as tough as they've had it.
Butler. Mason Clark in combat with Iorfa. Heads are needed now for Peterborough United.
Calm on the outside. Cannot possibly be calm on the inside.
He's glad to be back in the game. He's missed nights like this, surely. There's Smith. Barry Bannon. James. Bannon again. James. Barry Bannon. Plenty to hit inside the Peterborough box. Away by Kent. This is Windass. Patterson. He's seen off by Butler. steps forward. I thought he was about to get the free kick, but we go on. This is Barry Bannon. The offer again. Plenty of pace on that, and over the head of Smith.
Hasn't it? The energy with which they played tonight has just been unbelievable. Look at the stress on the faces of those Peterborough United fans.
It's supposed to be a fun pastime, isn't it? We all know at times it is not. Will Vauxhall is being readied here by Sheffield Wednesday. James to make way shortly for the arrival of Will Vauxhall. More height, also the long throws he possesses too, which could be key in the final moments. This is Iorfa.
A yellow card coming Jack Taylor's way here. 2 nibbles. Dean Windass.
Another goal for Wednesday sends us to extra time. And will send this place delirious. Confirmation of Jack Taylor's yellow. Here comes Will Vauxhall. It is Reece James who's withdrawn. He scored the third. He laid the platform for the comeback of all playoff comebacks. A chance for Will Vauxhall to immediately step onto the launch pad and use his long throw. Here it comes from Vauxhall. Kent was in charge. Mason Clark, there's no one up the pitch for Peterborough. Butler. Minutes of normal time to play. Another Wednesday free kick. Patterson fouled that time. Here it comes Ollie Norberg.
Give it some ground.
Time ticking away. But still time to save it. Bannon to Palmer, back to Bannon as they try and tempt Peterborough out. Barry Bannon, Iorfa was tiptoeing in around the back. On it from Will Vauxhall, who can score spectacular goals.
Yeah, he had a lot more time than he realised. He could have had a touch here easily. Nobody anywhere near him. One touch and then a more controlled strike.
There's so much focus on Wednesday because of the way that they've come back in this game. But Peterborough are just minutes away now from a huge date at Wembley in the League One playoff final.
Well, these minutes are going to seem like a lifetime, aren't they? If you're connected with Peterborough United. They just simply haven't been able to get hold of the ball or get up the pitch in this second half. They've offered no threat whatsoever. It's been relentless Sheffield Wednesday pressure.
Here come Wednesday again. Johnson. Oh, how does the referee see that? No penalty, a shake of the head as Patterson hit the deck. Palmer. Palmer again. Wednesday on the front foot again. Norris holds on. And I've just seen 6 additional minutes.
I think that was lost amongst the Sheffield Wednesday fans in the action. At the other end, they haven't spotted that, but here it's coming, the announcement. There will be a roar. Here you go. That's where the PA comes in handy, isn't it? Just
Sheffield Wednesday. And if the Peterborough fans have missed it, more nerves away to our left. Trouble for Dominic Iorfa. Well, they are looking to sing the team home. They won't forget this night.
no, they won't.
Aidan Flint is coming on to replace Dominic Iorfa. So Iorfa's night is over. Aidan Flint, who started the first leg, bench for this one, he is on.
And he's playing up front. Up alongside Michael Smith.
Well, he is a defender who has a taste for goals, Aidan Flint. No defender has scored more goals in English League football in the past decade than Aidan Flint. I remember a Rabona he scored for Bristol City. Bannon. This is Palmer. Flint looking to move for this. Was marshalled well. In by Johnson. Away by Edwards. Mason Clark. There's Johnson, Clark, Harris. Hasn't had too much to go at tonight.
Been involved in a fight literally all night. Wrestling matches, aerial duels, that's it.
Johnson. He will get the free kick. More late pressure for Peterborough United to withstand here. Apology from Ephraim Mason Clark after the delaying tactic. Understandable from the Peterborough attacker. Will Norris should claim that and does, and can hold on. And when Darren Ferguson returned to Peterborough, he felt that they did have a chance of making the top six. He showed the players a mini-league with the top four out of the picture and said, look, you can do this. They did reach the top six. Now they're minutes away from making the playoff final.
Irony is that it was Sheffield Wednesday who actually helped to get them in the top six.
They're getting closer and closer. Vaux. What do Wednesday have left here? Smith. Loose from him. Johnson, Clark, Harris. Harris has stayed down.
Yeah. Cramp as well. It's not a difficult ball. Sums up Peterborough tonight. They've been really sloppy with the passing. That's why they've come under this amount of pressure.
We've got cramp up here just from watching this.
You're not wrong.
Aidan Flint. Away by Kent. Mason Clark initially brought the ball under his spell, but this is a Hegway. Johnson. They're queuing up in the middle. Clipped in by Johnson. This is Patterson looking to keep it alive, and Norris holds on again.
here to help it back into an area, but has to keep it away from the goalkeeper.
Approaching the final 30 seconds. Is this journey's end for Sheffield Wednesday? Wembley is within touching distance for Peterborough United on this incredible night at Hillsborough. Johnson. Flint gives chase. Barry Bannon. This is it. It's down to this for Wednesday to save their season. And that will go straight through to Norris. And that could be that.
A few more seconds. Remember, Orford was down at the start of added time.
Harris in a battle with Ehekwe.
This will be it.
Dawson slips as he launches that forward. Smith giving chase that time. Again, Peterborough deal with it. The referee checks his watch. Sheffield Wednesday's record breakers may just fall short, unless Will Vaughs can produce something from this throw-in. Flint in the mix, and that is clear by Peterborough, not for long. It's Barry Bannon to Johnson, lifted in by Johnson, headed across the base, and goal and in! It's Liam Palmer! Sheffield Wednesday have completed the comeback of all playoff comebacks! How did this happen? They're a giant, they're a colossus, and Sheffield Wednesday have produced a giant of a performance!
Well, I cannot believe what I've just seen. They are complaining to the fourth official about the time, but I already pointed out Dominic Iorfa was down injured. Will Norris was taking forever to clear the ball. As I said, I don't think Peterborough have really helped their cause at all. Even that clearance there, it's awful. It has to go high, it has to go long. It doesn't, and they pay the price. It's a brilliant little ball to the far post from Johnson. Stands it up. Flint always going to win it. And it's a poacher's finish from Liam Palmer, who's having the goal-scoring season of his life. Look what it means. This is remarkable. Just when you think you've seen it all, something else astounds you.
How do Peterborough recover from this now? We're heading towards extra time. Bedlam here. This is football. These are the playoffs. This is what it means. We are heading to extra time. This has been quite incredible. Nobody gave Sheffield Wednesday a chance, but he did. And his team have pulled off a miraculous comeback, which means next we will head to extra time.
You are witnessing playoff history. This, the fourth goal for Sheffield Wednesday tonight in the 98th minute, means they've come from 4-0 down to equalise in the last minute of normal time to take this to extra time. Fergie time biting Darren on the backside for this one. Darren Moore very happy indeed with what he's seen from his players. This was the reaction up here on the platform. Aaron McLean stunned. Clinton Morrison nearly over the barriers into the Wednesday faithful as they celebrated loudly and wildly. Clinton Morrison, can you give me any semblance of common sense in this right now, please?
No, but I did say to you before we came on air, they would get the 2-0. If they're 2-0 at half-time, with this place and this crowd, they could come back and do it. And listen, it's the last kick of the game, but these fans have done it. The players have gone and delivered, but these fans have played a big part. They've stuck with them. But credit to Liam Palmer. Excellent goal. He's been outstanding in midfield. Brilliant.
I mean, what happens now? It's not 11 v 11. It's 11 against 32,000 people, isn't it?
It's difficult. It is difficult. Listen, I don't know where the referee gets that extra time from. He says 6 minutes and they score in the 98th minute. But it's going to need to dig deep now, and it's going to take real character for Peterborough to win this. But the momentum's with Sheffield Wednesday.
30 minutes more, yes, please. Do not go anywhere. Sit still, watch this, and enjoy. Back to Don Goodman, Gary Weaver.
Thank you, David. Did that just happen? An incredible night here at Hillsborough. And whether you're a Wednesday fan, a Peterborough fan, or just a neutral watching, tonight you won't forget. But where are we heading next? As David Prutton just mentioned there, right now, Wednesday seem like an unstoppable force with the fans and the players together as one. Peterborough have to try and take the sting out of them here.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be interested to see how Peterborough go about this extra time. What tactics they employ. I felt that they invited what happened to them at the death with the way they were going about their business. Said they were sloppy. So much better than we've seen when they have the ball, but simple passes going astray.
There's Callum Patterson. Sent in towards Smith. Aidan Flint has now retreated to the day job. Back as a centre-back, having been sent on as a striker in the closing stages.
Tired bodies out there as well, you know, that is another factor. Make no mistake about that.
Yeah, we saw a few players go down with cramp. Yeah, towards the end of the 90. This is football. It doesn't do logic. Logic did dictate that this mountain was too high for Sheffield Wednesday to climb tonight. They've reached the peak. Is there more to come? Patterson, and how did Peterborough respond? The psychology of this game now in extra time is fascinating.
It is psychology. Do they believe, truly, group of players in the black shirts of Peterborough United, that they can do this? Whether it be nick a winner, whether it be go to penalties and win it, do they believe it? We will see.
We've got another Wolf Hawks long throw inbound. Set his sights. Hawks with his feet that time. It's Barry Bannon. And a touch. Which didn't outwit Morris in the end. Smith trying to beat him with a bit of improvisation.
Yeah. Decent effort. Got to find a way, haven't they, Peterborough, of getting up the pitch, because this game is being played in their defensive third.
There's Taylor, who was unable to keep the ball in play. Change on the way. Jay Jones is coming on, another who has come through their academy, and he will replace Hector Cipriano. So Ricky J. Jones, an attacker, who has a little bit of magic in his boots. He is coming on.
I think what he also has is legs and pace and energy, and I think that's what Darren Ferguson is looking at. They have to get themselves up the pitch. He may help in that regard. Cipriano put one heck of a shift in.
Darren Ferguson says he's one of the quickest players he's ever managed. Ricky J. Jones. And the 20-year-old is into the action. Patterson, a slip from Gregory. It's Johnson, he's closing in there on Nathan Thompson. Away by Kent. Wednesday had nothing to lose in the 90 minutes. You can sense a bit of nervousness now around the stadium from the home fans. Kent in the way again. Once again, the ball left to the hands of Will Forbes, and look what's happening behind him. High one that time from Vaux. It's Jones. Top two from January until April. Beaten club record run of 23 games, but they still couldn't pull away from Plymouth and Ipswich. Given that dip in results, which effectively ended their automatic hopes.
Just been on the back foot. Look at those statistics are from the shot, the last minute of the first half, when Peterborough had their last shot at goal, and it has been one-way traffic, relentless, and they haven't. No team can withstand that. You have to counter-punch, you have to offer a threat going the other way, you have to get yourself up the pitch, and they're paying the price for not doing that.
Ronnie Edwards. Kent. There's Knight. Kent again. Josh Knight, the former Leicester City man. There's Taylor. Butler. Norburn, just recently back from a long-term knee injury. Right, stepping up the pitch. There's Barry Bannon. He will be a Wednesday player again next season. The required amount of games to trigger a one-year extension. It's made it his mission to get Wednesday back to the Championship.
They must have thought after Friday night the ship had sailed. In reality, it certainly had not.
Darren Moore should say changed the training schedule this week. He gave the players a day off earlier in the week than he normally does because he wanted them close and in the building with him. In the build-up to this, as the days pass by, just to make sure what happened in the first leg didn't stay with them and they got it out of their system. And they have tonight.
It's been remarkable, and I keep reiterating, you have to go back to the part that these fans have played before a ball was kicked. They were on board, they were on his side, they were on his team's side. They lifted them, they drove them. They're reaping the rewards of that, and at the moment they look favourites.
boot. Ricky J. Jones. The other card is shown to the Wednesday centre-back.
Yeah, the youngster's really brave here. Probably knows he's going to take a kick. Certainly does. Hope he's okay.
So booking for the Heckway. And Ricky J. Jones was just asked by the Peterborough medical staff whether he needed treatment. He's waved it away, said no. He's back on his feet. So Peterborough have a chance to threaten Cameron Dawson's goal here. The hush has descended on this part of Sheffield. In by Taylor. Comfortably away by Patterson. There's Taylor again. There was such a force of nature in that first leg. Norberg. Another Peterborough free kick. This time it was Liam Palmer who committed the foul. The man whose goal sent us to extra time.
Literally just had their best 2 minutes since the start of the second half, Peterborough. Haven't done anything with it, but they've got the ball away from their goal.
Problem here for Marvin Johnson. Well, there was a reason why there were no big celebrations from Darren Ferguson at the end of the first leg. Why he was cautious about many saying that the tie was over.
I honestly think they would have felt that they could have come here and won tonight before a ball was kicked. The way they passed the ball in that second half was outstanding. They just haven't done anything like it. You can understand that they're not going to have as much of the ball and as much territory, but when they have had it, they haven't looked after it. They've paid a very heavy price for that.
Marvin Johnson will have to be withdrawn here. Jaden Brown, who was excellent here against Derby on the final day of the regular season, in a centre-back position, is coming on. There's a left-back by trade, Jaden Brown. So Brown on, Johnson off. Still, we stand all square on aggregate in this League One playoff semi-final, this compelling, dramatic League One playoff semi-final. Ollie Norberg. Taylor taking aim, Bannon flinging himself in front of the ball.
And how is Barry Bannon running around like that in extra time at his age? It's remarkable, isn't it?
Into jealousy?
A little bit, yeah.
Edwards. Norberg, who can control the tempo of the game.
That fierce Sheffield Wednesday high press just slowed down a second, and I just wonder whether it's because of the energy that they've expended to get back. They have covered some serious ground and at very, very high intensity. Does this offer an opportunity for Peterborough to just control the ball a little bit better?
This is Butler. We've seen this season, Peterborough is such a good team when the opposition do open up against them. They can punish you. Good 5 past Plymouth. This is Ricky J. Jones. Clark Harris is in the middle. Jones with the ball in. Sent away by Flint. Now it's Taylor.
Knight has stepped forward.
Yeah, he's pulled. It's naive, and you can shout at the referee all you like, Michael Smith. It's a foul. Get off his shirt.
Well, we can hear the Peterborough fans again. They were absolutely stunned with ringside seats as to what happened right at the end of the 90 minutes at that end of the pitch. Mark Harris waiting in the middle, waiting for goal number 30 of his incredible campaign. It's driven in and diverted in! Peterborough United hit back in extra time! Nathan Thompson wheels away to lead the celebrations, and suddenly Wednesday have it all to do again.
Well, that's what I was saying about that energy just starting to run out. Sheffield Wednesday. Peterborough just enjoyed a little bit more of the ball in the last 4 or 5 minutes. A cheap free kick given away, costly because the delivery is absolutely on the money. I think it's an own goal off the back of poor Lee Gregory. There's nothing he can do about it. Just hits him on the back and flies in. Another twist. Can you believe it?
Well, we'll have 2 additional minutes at the end of the first period of extra time, and suddenly it's Peterborough who've got the ticket back in their hands. Lee Gregory wearing that mask. Sheffield Wednesday concede right at the end of the first period of extra time.
Something tells me there are more twists to come here.
Really?
Just a hunch, Gary.
It's been that kind of night. But great character from Peterborough to hit back after everything they've been up against here tonight. Before extra time began, the Wednesday fans, to a person, were singing "You're Not Singing Anymore" to the Peterborough fans. But now Posh have hit back.
He had some nails at the start.
So now it's they who are celebrating again. And that sinking feeling for Wednesdayites again. A test of character, of resilience for both teams out there tonight. Mason Clark. Aidan Flint. Peterborough have the advantage again with 15 minutes left to play. A Lee Gregory own goal has put Posh ahead on aggregate at half-time in extra time.
My word, what else is this game going to throw our way? Lee Gregory, the man on the end of the free kick. Nathan Thompson, he wheeled away in delight, didn't he? The first time this evening that Peterborough have registered a goal. Aaron McLean is alongside me for this. That man, Darren Ferguson, will be marginally happier because they have controlled that first portion of extra time, and they've got the all-important goal so far.
Yeah, they've got the goal, but I think what he'll be most pleased with is the character that they've shown. You know, to concede right at the end of the game, and then to go and control the first half of extra time in the way that they have. Darren Ferguson will not panic. You know, he's cool, he's calm, experienced, and he's been there before. But what he's got to try and get onto his players is they have to keep their composure. If they do, they've got the ability to be able to put passes together and then score goals.
Such a soft foul that concedes the actual free kick, isn't it, from Michael Smith, Clinton?
Yeah, he does well. He's tired. Just stay upfield, centre forward. I know but don't hold him. He's coming back into danger. So Smithy knows he's made a mistake there, and then the own goal from Lee Gregory, he's unlucky. Thompson goes ahead of him, but don't give the foul away. You don't need to. I know he's working hard, he's tired, but I feel sorry for Gregory because he's had a good game, but Thompson goes across him. You can see it hits
It's
him.
a great ball from Dan Butler.
It is a great ball.
It's an in-swinger, and as soon as he hits it, you're looking and you're thinking, if he doesn't head it, then it potentially goes in that far post. That's what you do. You aim for that far post. Bit of fortune for Peterborough, comes off Gregory, and Gregory's unlucky because he's played brilliant today, but hopefully that's the last goal.
So much energy inside Hillsborough. It's the Peterborough fans now that are the loudest section of the support inside this wonderful stadium. Sheffield Wednesday have done it once, they're going to have to do it again, but there is that sting in the tail from a Peterborough side that have controlled the first part of extra time here tonight in this semi-final second leg. Let's go once again back to Don Goodman and Gary Weaver.
We're still here. It is one of the most dramatic playoff ties in playoff history. Where are we heading next? Peterborough United have the edge again. Sheffield Wednesday have to show their powers of recovery again.
Well, it was the energy, it was the physicality. Those were the commodities that caused Peterborough United all that trouble all through those 90 minutes. Can Sheffield Wednesday muster some more of it?
Painful one there for Knight. Well, the scream up here.
Sound effects. I'm not sure there's a lot of contact, is there? Modern football, eh? Yeah.
Knight back on his feet. Oh, that smile in the end. I heard you were here, Don.
That would not make him smile. Well, these players, they need these fans again, don't they? Can they rouse themselves to go? It is the Peterborough voices.
Let's not forget, this is third-tier football. And we've had a night like this, an atmosphere like this.
Well, win or lose, anybody that's here is not going to forget this night. They really are not.
That's Taylor. Flint with Ricky J. Jones. Mason Clark giving chase. He was pulled down, was he? The referee says no.
That's a huge call. That is a huge call.
Well, the Peterborough bench are right in the ear of fourth official Jeff Eltringham. Cipriano, who was substituted earlier on, Hector Cipriano, was leading the protest.
Well, you've got to say, why would Mason Clark go down? Had he not been pulled, he was clean through.
This is Brown, quite his intention.
Well, as Aidan Flynn just got away with one here. The ball spinning and bouncing. Mason Clark reacts, he hooks his arm, pulls him. It is a foul, it's outside of the penalty area. Look at the referee's position. Is it blindside? Clever from Aidan Flynn.
Jack Hunt comes on to replace Lee Gregory. Gregory, who scored for Wednesday, but has also scored at the wrong end, which right now has put Peterborough in the driving seat.
Wednesday simply have to escape the third tier of English football, this giant of a club. They were hoping this would be the season. It still might be, but they got work to do here. Shot to Smith. Given against the big Sheffield Wednesday striker.
Edwards has been flat out literally all night defensively, but that's a good solid clearance. Referee now just telling Will Norris, I will add more time on you. Think of that number at the end of this game.
And again, you can sense the nerves around this place. Cannot have asked for too much more from his Wednesday players coming into this. He knew he was under pressure.
It's all gone a little bit bitty, hasn't it? And that really is suiting Peterborough United. Hekwe pulls Clark Harris to the ground. It's these little niggly little fouls that just stop any flow, stop the game, stop the crowd involvement.
Peterborough are looking for breathing space in this tie again. How much drama do we have left tonight? Here's Thompson. Thompson hits the deck and Peterborough win themselves another free kick.
It's a little bit soft, isn't it, really? Frustration all around the ground. He's looking for this Nathan Thompson. He's almost halfway down when there's any contact, loses his balance. It's very, very soft.
But can Peterborough hold on to what they have this time? They've blown a 4-goal lead tonight. Butler takes that free kick, comfortable for Dawson. In a scrap. There's Vaughs to Barry Bannon. Palmer stepping forward. Jaden Brown popping up. Patterson. It's Patterson again! This is unbelievable! Peterborough have let it slip again! Another twist on this night of twists.
Well, I've resisted and resisted and resisted using that famous phrase that our colleague Bill Leslie used to describe Troy Deeney's goal for Watford against Leicester, but do not scratch your eyes, you are seeing this. What a pass that is from Brown. Is a pick out. Patterson gets lucky because the first effort isn't good, but he doesn't panic with a second. It's the good old-fashioned toe poker into the back of the net. Doesn't matter how. Unbelievable.
Well, this is chaos. This is carnage. And we've got 8 minutes left to play of extra time.
Just getting the sense that maybe Peterborough had finally knocked the stuffing out of Sheffield Wednesday. Oh no, they hadn't.
All the managers will be feeling the tightness, the pace. The fans are around us too. Many are shaking their heads through what they're seeing. Magic just happens in the playoffs. On the night to Wednesday, 5-5 on aggregate.
case there. The referee says no. It's Clark who Wednesday were appealing against. Guided in by Palmer, away by Clark Harris. Here come Wednesday again. Great ball, and the header wide in the end as Smith and Ehekwe both closed in.
Well, I picked Michael Ehekwe out before a ball was kicked because he had the most attempts. This is another one. He's going to be disappointed, you know. Rises high, maybe just takes a little flick off Frankie Kent. My word, how close.
This is the third tier in English football. There is nothing like this anywhere in the world. Wednesday again looking to force the issue. Smith wins the free kick. Against Edwards.
No, it's not. It's the other way around. He's got his fistful of the defender's shirt. It's not spotted by the referee, who all of a sudden, David Webb, he started giving softer fouls, was letting a lot of contact go during the 90 minutes.
Still can barely watch. Barry Bannon launches that. Norris will get to it. And both goalkeepers could play an important part if nothing else happens in these final 5 minutes of extra time.
Well, if you're a neutral and you just wanted a bit of entertainment, I thought, I know, I'll watch the playoffs tonight. Could never, ever have imagined this. Incredible.
Wednesday have up their sleeve now. Norris should get to that. Catching practice for the Peterborough keeper.
Some nervous fans in the stands. There's some tired bodies out there on that pitch.
Mason Clark. Ricky J. Jones at the front foot. Clark Harris was waiting in the middle. Ehekwe doing the defending and getting the congratulations of his teammates.
Oh, this is why he's been brought on, that pace. And behind. Defending.
Well, it's been a strong suit of Sheffield Wednesdays this season, defending set pieces. Can Peterborough find a way here? Jack Taylor is standing over it. Knight is there, Kent is there, Clark Harris is waiting. Aaron Ferguson is pacing. Taylor's ball in. Patterson doing the defending. And a brilliant block from Will Vauxhall for Sheffield Wednesday.
Standing.
Here come Peterborough again. Sent in by Knight. There's Knight again. Wednesday with a man down.
Windass, I think.
Patterson. It is Callum Patterson who's down as Knight tries to get to that. Back on his feet now is Callum Patterson. And he's looking to react here, and he did react. He's gone down again. Another really important challenge, that time by Taylor.
Players limping all over the place, cramping up. You can understand why, what they've all put in. There's 2, 3, 4 on the ground, stretching now. Unbelievable amount of energy they've put into this.
That was Callum Patterson's goal, which made it 5 for Wednesday and made it level on aggregate again. He's not moving too freely as Wednesday look to try and get the job done before penalties. In by Brown. There's Jones. Leading the breakout for Peterborough. Oh, they have to stop him somehow. It's Hunt, who is yellow carded.
Yeah, this is what they need from him. Ball carrying, pace, power, get your team up the pitch. That's what was missing in the second half of normal time.
Crazy playoff games before. Swindon, Sheffield United being the standout one.
Yes, I was there, Gary.
True, is it? There's Knight. This 5-5 on aggregate. Substitution being made here. Kabongo Shamanga, who is on loan from Chesterfield, is coming off of Peterborough, and off goes Ephraim Mason-Clark, and we'll have one additional minute at the end of extra time. One minute, in fact less than that, between us right now and a penalty shootout to decide the winner of this League One playoff semi-final. And who would have thought that would happen at full time on Friday?
Incredible. One thing you know now is that it's going to be cruel, whatever happens, whether there's a last-minute winner here or whether it's penalties, it is going to be cruel and painful. And for somebody joyous.
Foul by Smith, who should be involved in the penalty shootout. It was his penalty. They got the ball rolling for Wednesday tonight. Penalties are imminent. Well, who would have thought that this would happen after what happened on Friday night? But quite incredibly, we are heading to a penalty shootout to decide the winner of this playoff tie between Sheffield Wednesday and Peterborough United. At the end of extra time, Wednesday have won it by 5-1 on aggregate, 5-5. Penalties are next.
Well, it's quite simply one of the most stunning games any of us here have had the privilege of being present at. A game which has finished 5-5 after extra time in the second leg of this League One playoff semi-final. Human debris everywhere, players absolutely out on their feet. They've given everything. It was a pulsating performance in the first leg from Peterborough. In the second leg, Sheffield Wednesday have been simply irresistible. It looked like they'd calmed and weathered the storm, Peterborough, with the Lee Gregory own goal. But once again, Callum Patterson, a really cool finish at such a crucial stage of this game. It's a final team talk before penalties. What on earth is Darren Moore saying, Clinton?
He's probably asking who wants to take it, who's confident, who feels like they can take it, because listen, everyone was going down with cramp. And if you're confident, you know, look, they've done ever so well to get to this stage. No one thought they were in it. And just be confident and take your penalty, and he should be proud of his team. They've been excellent this evening.
There's of course got to be a winner, Aaron McLean, but it's swung back and forth over two wonderful games of football. It's the drama that we all love about the playoffs, but this will be the cruelest way for a team to bow out, won't it?
Well, both teams have given absolutely everything. You know, Peterborough in the first leg, it was all them. This leg, it's been all Sheffield Wednesday. And to give us such an amazing game, or an amazing two games, and it to come down to penalties, whoever loses, it's going to be so cruel, but you can't begrudge either team, you know, whichever team goes through. 100% deserves it.
It's such an apt soundtrack right here, right now by Fatboy Slim. If you're anywhere else, you're completely missing out. This has been a stunning night of football. How are the nerves, Clinton? Are you with your hand up, ready to go to take a pen?
Oh, definitely. But I'm nervous, even though I've got to. I'm a centre forward. I've got to put my hand up to take it. But you are nervous, but I'm putting my hand up and saying, yeah, let me take the penalty. But it is nerves, and it depends which end they have as well, because that is a crucial one.
Well, that's such a key thing, because the Cop end of Hillsborough is quite obviously filled with Sheffield Wednesday fans out. Up at this end, at the Leppings Lane end, it's a mixture of both. That would seem to be the end to take it.
Yeah, well, that would definitely be the preferred end for the Peterborough lads. You know, you don't want to be taking penalties into the Cop with the whole Cop screaming at you and, you know, gesturing. So naturally, I'm sure Clark Harris will want to try and win the toss and get it down this end. But listen, it doesn't matter. Once you step up and you put that ball on the spot, you have to make sure you put it in the back of the net.
Oh yeah, it's the Cop end. He's won it. You can see straight away.
I think, yes, without even hearing the definitive answer to this, I think Barry Bannon has picked which end he wants to take the penalties at. There still are in discussion here with regards to who goes first. I'm not a master at lip reading, but of course Sheffield Wednesday the first to take it. Johnson Clark Harris, a man that's been full of goals this season. Barry Bannon, of course, the real creative fulcrum from which all of Sheffield Wednesday's good stuff has spouted this season. His last rousing team talk, simply, Aaron, just a test of nerves now.
Absolutely. Listen, now it's just about have you got it to step up? Just concentrate. They should already know where they want to go. Pick your spot, don't change your mind, and just hope for the best.
It's been a truly wonderful game of football, a truly wonderful spectacle to be a witness at right here at Hillsborough, to take you through the terror from 12 yards once again for the final time. Well, you never know, there still might be something else off the back of this. Gary Weaver, tell me more.
Thank you, David. Well, nobody here will ever forget this night. A word from the referee, David Webb, to both goalkeepers. And Michael Smith is lurking.
Well, he's just been waiting there for quite a while, actually, Michael Smith. I'm not sure how that's going to do him any good.
Smith goes the same way, same result. First penalty dispatched.
Well, it's hard and it's low. It's not right in the corner, but it's the pace that defeats Will Norris here. Look, goalkeeper just can't quite get down in time. Good penalty.
So forward comes Johnson Clark Harris, who scored 29 goals this season for Peterborough, and he is up against Cameron Dawson from Sheffield. Clark Harris, Dawson got down to it, but it's found its way through.
Well, I spoke about Michael Smith being hard and low. Johnson Clark Harris just lifts this a little bit, which gives Cameron Dawson a half a chance. Just beaten by the pace.
(1-1) after one penalty each. Barry Bannon can barely look. So Sheffield Wednesday with their second penalty attempt, which is absolutely slammed home by Will Vaughts.
Well, none of these boys are trying to pass it into the corner, are they? They're getting lots and lots of pace on the strikes, which is helping their cause.
Forward comes Dan Butler, the half-time substitute. In front of the huge Cop. It's Butler! It's off the bar! Advantage Wednesday!
Well, he goes for power, just like everybody else has, but this time he just lifts it that little bit too high. It's fine margins.
Well, his teammates quick to come across to him. Barry Bannon now moves forward for Sheffield Wednesday. The man who stayed here despite offers to go elsewhere when Sheffield Wednesday were relegated from the Championship. He's made it his mission to try and take this club back to the second tier. He is being serenaded by the Wednesday fans. A hush descends. Barry Bannon outwits Norris. This club means the world to him, and he celebrates in front of the Kop.
Well, he celebrated winning the toss for the ends, and whether to go first or second. Took responsibility like a captain should.
Wednesday have the advantage. Ollie Norburn has stepped forward now for Peterborough. Peterborough need to hit back here. He's standing square onto the ball, Ollie Norburn. Now he moves away from it. Norburn finds a way through. Just.
Well, if you want to see the definition of an unconvincing penalty, this is it. Just hit and hope, isn't it, really, more than anything. Gets away with it.
He almost did the Paul Gallagher manoeuvre there. Walk to the edge of the area, spin, run, smash.
Relief.
Josh Winder stepping up now for Sheffield Wednesday. Peterborough need a save from Will Norris here. Winder scores! It's clinical! Wednesday edge closer to Wembley.
Oh, they can almost reach out and touch it now. It needed to be good. It was good. Even if Norris goes the right way, he is not saving that.
Well, this now is crunch time. Sheffield Wednesday can almost touch it. Shimanga moves forward for Peterborough. He has to deliver. Kabongo Shimanga, the pressure loaded on his shoulders. He has to do it here, and he has done. The pressure wasn't a burden, it was an inspiration.
Ah, well done, young man, believe me. Knowing that you're going to take a penalty, and if you miss, you're out. Not easy.
Well, Will Norris has got a bit of a reputation for saving penalties. Peterborough need him to deliver now. Jack Hunt with the responsibility. Hillsborough holds its breath. Wembley is waiting. Can Jack Hunt deliver? It's Hunt! He can! It's a playoff miracle! It's playoff history! Sheffield Wednesday have done the unthinkable! It's a night that no one here will ever forget. But Sheffield Wednesday are going to Wembley, having somehow turned this around.
Well, I don't know how. Honestly, I really do not know how that has just happened.
Night of football, it beggars belief. You're shaking your head, Clinton. Dapon Chansiri there is just taking it all in. He looks emotionally exhausted. I think everybody that would be associated with Sheffield Wednesday would be on exactly the same page. That man drove them on, but each and every one of these Wednesday players are heroes, aren't they?
Oh, definitely. It everyone should be proud of them. Listen, we came into this, no one gave Sheffield Wednesday a chance. No one gave them a chance. At 4-0, you think the game's over. But I did say, the spirit in this group, they have to show that. They didn't show that at London Road. They were excellent, they were brave, they were knocked down, they come back, and credit must go to Darren Moore under huge pressure to deliver, and these players have delivered. I can't believe we've been there to witness this. It's fantastic. This will go down as one of the best comebacks I've ever seen.
Well, it's the greatest comeback in playoff history, isn't it? No team's ever turned around a 4-0 deficit from a first leg. These scenes, you feel, will go long into the night and possibly across the weekend. It's just been one of those nights of football, Aaron. I don't know, you're coming at it from a Peterborough perspective, and it's heartbreak for the Posh. They were so good in that first leg, but it is literally why we're involved in football, because of things like this, isn't it?
Well, we absolutely love these kinds of moments. You know, it is a historical moment. Unfortunately for Peterborough, they're on the receiving end of it, you know, and they just didn't handle the occasion. You know, you always say, play the game, not the occasion, but they couldn't. They couldn't, and we knew that if you let Hillsborough get rocking, you're going to be in trouble. And that's exactly what happened. They got the 2 goals before half-time, and then this place erupted, and they just could not recover.
Well, the beating heart of this Sheffield Wednesday side for such a long period of time has been Barry Bannon. He's now talking to David Craig.
Barry. It's just... well, let's enjoy the celebrations. Barry, we spoke about mountains before. That was Everest, K2, Mont Blanc, all in one. How does it feel?
Everybody writ us off. But we know what we've got in that changing room. Everybody told us that we couldn't do it. But that group of players is unbelievable. We've watched comebacks all week from the big teams in the Champions League. It's all about believing. We know when we've got these fans behind us, anything's possible.
Is this the greatest game of football you've ever been involved in?
It's the greatest game I've ever played in. I'm just so happy because all these lads deserve it. The love that I've got for this club. I said that I wanted to get them promoted after last first time. Everybody writ us off. Everybody was kicking us from pillar to post. We showed that we're made of strong stuff. We're only halfway there, but that feels like winning it tonight.
At what point did you really start believing tonight this was going to happen?
Last week when I come off the pitch, when you start to go home and people start to text you saying what's happened and doubting you. But I tried to stick to people who were positive, and all the negative people that text me, there you go, that's what happens. When you believe in things and you come together like we did tonight, anything's possible. And the 12th man, the fans have cheered us on. The ones last week were booing us off and saying not fit to wear the shirt. Look at that.
And we've got to have a word about your manager, Darren Moore, because he suffered some horrendous abuse this week. How much was this performance down to him and what he's done to protect you all and defend you to this point?
What he's done in the last week's been unbelievable. To turn around this mindset of the players. He had a massive job to do to try and turn this around, and he's done unbelievable. I'm so proud of him, the way he's handled this week after the racism that he received as well. It shouldn't be anywhere near the football, never mind a manager who's won 96 points this season. So that one's for him.
You've booked your place at Wembley. It's going to be Barnsley or Bolton. I'm sure at this moment in time you really don't care. But how do you bring yourselves down to focus on that? Because it is now job only half done again, isn't it?
Of course, we'll enjoy tonight. We'll really enjoy tonight because, like I said, it's the best turnaround I think it's happened in the playoffs. We've created history again tonight, so we've got to enjoy these moments because they never happen. They don't always come round like this, so we'll enjoy the next day or two, go home to our loved ones and enjoy it, and then we'll get a head set on whoever we've got to play next. It's, like I said, it's a job half done, but tonight's a special moment.
Barry, go and enjoy it. Well done.
Thanks a lot.
Take that look from off your face. You will never go Sally can wait. She knows it's too late to walk it on by.
this is how the game broke down statistically if you've not watched it with your own eyes for such a long period of time. XG for Sheffield Wednesday, 4.43, 0.49 for Peterborough. 28 shots from the home side, 12 on target, 58 crosses from Sheffield Wednesday, marginally more possession from Peterborough. It was, of course, 5-1. It was 5-all on aggregate, but it's Sheffield Wednesday that have won 5-3 in the penalty shootout.
Darren, I think everybody watching, our commentary team, myself, we're all lost for words. So it's over to you. How emotional is that night?
First and foremost, I just want to just give God thanks for a remarkable fight back. Thank Peterborough for the game, because they were part of it tonight. But what we've done is probably not sunk in as yet, because it's just been a remarkable night of football, really, and a real never say die attitude by the boys. David, we prepared all week. I said, you know, we planned after the first leg, and we got in and we changed the mindset. We'd been working all week on changing the mindset, but doing some good work in training, and we did that, and there was a real great belief, even up to taking penalties. We'd done it all week in preparation. So right through the stages of the game plan, detail, segments in the game that we spoke about, in goals, preparation, tactics, all those things were taken care of. And it illustrates that when you prepare properly and in detail and you want the performance, we got that tonight. And the goals came at crucial times, but the endeavour and the spirit was there, and the togetherness was there. And I'm just pleased for everybody at the football club. After that performance, they deserve the Wembley. So, you know, we got to go again. We've got one more game to go, and we focus on that one.
Barry Bannon was just talking to us, and I said to him, at what point did you start believing tonight? And he said, it wasn't tonight, it was when I left the changing room last week at Peterborough. Did you have the same sense of determination?
Yeah, after the Peterborough game, we didn't get back here till 1:30 in the morning. We was in, I think 10, 11 o'clock, and we debriefed the boys, and what we did was we quickly put that game behind us, because it was all about looking forward, and we had to do it because of the time that we had to prepare for this game was crucial. Listen, we took risks tonight. We had to go 1v1s, and we did that tonight, you saw. But David, like I said to you, the point was to win the game, but we know football's football. And what these players have done tonight has been remarkable, really, and we know what Hillsborough's like. The key was to get in the early goals. Once we got the early goals, and there was a 2-goal deficit, we knew here that we've scored this season. We've scored 5 goals at 3 different, well, now tonight's like 4, but we've scored a 4 as well. So we knew on average at home here we've scored up to 3 goals. So we knew it wasn't a bridge too far, but the belief was there, and you saw with the performance tonight, it was an exceptional performance.
I know, and you've mentioned there, you're a very spiritual man and a great believer as well. There was a huge spirit inside here with your fans tonight. How important was that and the momentum that they brought?
I spoke about it in my post-match media, really, and the key was the fans. You know, I did plead to them to come out in their numbers and be in full voice, and they gave us that. They've been giving us that all season, and they've drove the players over the line. The players were cramping up at the end, but they kept going. Why? Because the fans drove them on. So it's a message to the fans. Thank you very much. You were absolutely different class, and you know, we've done it together tonight.
2 players that did prove their worth on the pitch here tonight. Cameron Dawson in goal for Sheffield Wednesday, and the man that scored the decisive penalty from the bench, Jack Hunt.
Cameron, Jack, many, many congratulations. We can hear the party atmosphere in there, but Jack, we've got to start with you. How much pressure were you feeling? What was going through your mind?
To be honest, not much. Look, the lads did unbelievable for 120 minutes. I'm really lucky that I got a chance to come on the pitch and obviously score the winning penalty, but you know, the lads were outstanding to get us to that point, and that's the main talking point for me.
How much did you practice those penalties?
We actually have practiced them all week, and you know, it's credit to the manager and the coaching staff, because you know, everyone outside doubted us. So for us to practice penalties Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 penalties each every single day, I mean, this guy.
I didn't even save one.
He's saved them all week, but he couldn't save one tonight.
Will you let him off though? Will you let him off?
I'll let him off. He dived the right way.
The one that hit the crossbar. Can we claim that?
You can claim that. You can claim that.
No, we've practiced them, and we've had a game plan. We've stuck to it, and I think it's credit to everyone involved with Sheffield Wednesday tonight.
Cameron, realistically and honestly, how much belief was there that you could turn around a 4-goal deficit, even with the advantage of being at home?
It was building blocks, really. I think we came in the day after the first leg, and that was tough. That was a tough day. We had some honest conversations, and then, like Hunty's just said, credit to the staff, because every single day they've built on those building blocks and give us more belief as the weeks gone by, and then coming here tonight with that atmosphere behind us. I mean, it was incredible, wasn't it? So they rode us home, and thankfully we were able to give them a great night after making it very difficult for ourselves in what seems to be classic Sheffield Wednesday fashion.
Quiet! Be quiet, lads, listen. Come on, boys. Fellas, listen. I'm absolutely just so proud of every single one of you. We had a bit of adversity in the first game, and we knew we didn't perform to our ability. But listen, lads, it just goes to show you what preparation does. We've prepared all week, the mindset, mentality, and in training. And I'm going to say this here, the belief has been there from day dot. And I can't commend you all enough in terms of what you just produced out there. It's absolutely incredible. And you really deserve it. I'm absolutely delighted with what we've had to come through this season. But listen, boys, we've got one more. We've got one more, okay? To enjoy tonight, but we've got one more, but I'm so proud. Yeah? Let's go.
Can I say something from all of us towards you? You've, this last week, what you've done to change your mindsets, the staff, Tom Bates, has been unbelievable, because I'm not going to lie, there was some people doubting it, but what you've showed us and the work you've put in and done for us this week has been second to none, and we want to thank you and staff.
And it felt like time really was running out for Sheffield Wednesday, but in the 98th minute, their player of the year, Liam Palmer, who's been here since 2010, was in the right place at the right time. They'd also sent Aidan Flint on as well, hadn't they, to cause some much-needed mayhem in the opposition 6-yard box. He did exactly that. It'll never be the cleanest finish that he'll ever see. It's his 10th goal of his career, the most important one ever.
Absolutely. Listen, Peterborough just did not deal with balls into the box. And I'm there saying it's got to be time. But the referee allows them to take the throw-in, allows them to get the ball into the box. And once it comes in there, you almost just know that it's going to end up in the back of the net.
That's the best part of the night.
You celebrate.
Your face and me celebrating.
I mean, it's such a millennial reaction as well. We all picked our phones up and started doing that. It's terrible, really. That was the one that obviously took us into extra time of this game that seemingly and wonderfully was never going to end. We got into extra time, of course, after the Liam Palmer equaliser, but this place, as loud as it was an own goal from Lee Gregory, which silenced the home crowd. And it did seem like a cruel twist of the plot tonight, Aaron, didn't it?
It did, but it was nothing less than Peterborough deserved, because they came out in that first half and they controlled the game. It was almost like the pressure had been lifted off them, and then all of a sudden they started playing the football that we saw them play in the first leg, and they got the goal, and they were they fully deserved it, but. As we know, they couldn't hold on.
It was one of many goals, wasn't it? Callum Patterson was the man that scored the 5th goal of the evening, the equaliser on aggregate. Now, I don't know, I'll take your lead on this, Clinton, whether this was sheer composure or sheer exhaustion. The fact they couldn't lift his leg to really generate much power. It just had to find the back of the net, didn't it?
Listen, it's a brilliant... The first one, he sticks it out, and then all of a sudden, look at that. He's knackered, Pratt, so you know what he does? It's a little toe poke. It looks brilliant because it goes through the defender's legs as well. I think it's a clever finish, because if he tries to side foot it, the defender blocks it or Norris stops it and goal. It's a brilliant finish. And credit to Patterson. I thought his work rate up that right-hand side was excellent. Then they pushed him up front when he scored a goal, and he scored that goal. It is composure, because let me tell you, you're under big pressure, and it is a composed finish with a toe poke. Fantastic finish.
And it's as he takes it, he knows that if he takes it and hits it quickly, it's going to get between the defender's legs, and the goalkeeper's not going to have enough time to be able to react to it and save it. It's absolutely brilliant attacking play there, and really, really good goal.
One Darren here is high as a kite. The other one, I presume, is on the floor. Let's get the thoughts of Darren Ferguson now, talking to David Craig.
Darren, football can be a cruel game at times. That's probably one of the most craziest games any of us have ever witnessed. What are things like from your perspective?
It's very raw, as you can imagine, to lose a game in the semi-final in the manner we did. It's very raw. It is a cruel game at times. I have to congratulate Sheffield Wednesday and Darren and his team. And hopefully, whoever was going to beat us, hopefully they go, you know, I wish them all the best in the final.
What was the difference for you tonight than from the first leg?
Well, no two games are the same, and we knew this is a very rare place, Hillsborough in League One, in terms of the momentum the place can give you. We made some wrong decisions, and then obviously the last minute of the game, when there's like it's difficult as a manager, you don't want to be sounding bitter, because I don't, but the 6 minutes we play 8, it's not right. But congratulations to Sheffield Wednesday.
When you got the goal in extra time, did you think it is going to be our trip to Wembley?
No, you're hoping we get another chance. In the first half we weren't ruthless enough. We had 4 good opportunities, we had to take one of them, we knew that. Because they're a team that are just massive. They just keep putting bigger players on, Flint comes on, and they just launch it into the box. So that just through pure size, I said that after the first game. And we didn't have any complacency. We prepared, we did penalties, we did everything, but unfortunately, as you say, football's a cruel game, and tonight's a cruel game. Cruel night, sorry.
Over to you. Barnsley and Bolton, 1-1. It's standing ahead of the second leg. Live coverage begins 7:30, Sky Sports Football. That's tomorrow night. Then Sheffield Wednesday, we've seen, of course, have booked their place. They made history in booking their place in the final on Monday, May the 29th. We'll find out tomorrow, possibly after 90 minutes, possibly after extra time, possibly after penalties, who joins them. So breathtaking, bonkers, and a quite simply brilliant spectacle. 4-0 coming into this. Nobody gave Sheffield Wednesday a chance, but there was one man who believed.
You've created club history all season. Tonight, if you were to do this, you'd be creating EFL history.
Like you said, these records and that are there to be broken, and there's an opportunity to do it tonight.
Johnson taken out, just outside the box. Was he? No, penalty, it was inside. It's a penalty for Sheffield Wednesday. It's Smith. That's the goal Sheffield Wednesday needed. Norris flying through the crowd. It's from to Callum Patterson, who has a look, and it's the goal written in. Gregory, James could be in here. It's another one. Lifted in by Johnson, handed across the base, and goal in. Sheffield Wednesday have completed the comeback of all playoff comebacks. Jaden Brown popping up Patterson. It's Patterson again. Wembley is waiting. Can Jack Hunt deliver? It's Hunt. He can. It's a play